Hey guys, welcome to the stream. It's me, Martin, also known as Little Karibo. I want to apologize for those of you who came to a stream yesterday. I tried having OBS kept crashing. I think what the problem was is I hadn't updated my graphics drivers in a while, and OBS was struggling to compensate. So I've updated those. I've restarted my PC a bunch of times. Everything should be sorted. But of course, we're now here for not anything Forbidden Memories related. We're here for more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I do have a face frostbite. It's weird. I'm going to quickly thank people for following. JPaw1991, thank you for the follow. Crossover21112, thank you for following. Banana is cool 22, thank you for the follow. Sherlow Sky Cody Stardog, thank you for following. GC McNeil, thank you for the follow. Sweekoon22, thanks for following. Arms for Dinner, thank you for following. The Ty Arwood, thank you for the follow. And Frostbite Toe Beans, thank you for subscribing at Tier 1. Really appreciate that right off the bat at the start of the stream. Thank you so much. Well, I'm not here by myself, of course. I am joined by the ever vigilant for the gay lawyers, Marin Miller. Hi, Marin.
Hello, everyone. It is I, Marin Miller, coming to you live from my house. And I have some distressing news. I finished reading the fourth book of Heaven Official's Blessing last night. So that means that I only have one book left. One book of ancient Chinese gaze, and I don't know how to feel. I have plenty to move on to. Like, don't worry about me. It's going to be okay. But mostly my heart is sad because I like these boys very much. And also some very sad things happened to my boy. But anyway, that's my news.
Well, hopefully no
That
sad.
your distressing news was that you're going to say you're pregnant again.
Oh,
No, I don't have pupusas.
Oh yeah, that's true.
no pregante this time.
No
No pregante.
pregante.
Thank you so much for the host, Smither71. And of course, we're also joined by the Phoenix Wright Encyclopedia, known as Soupy. Hi, Soupy.
Sorry if I'm out of it today. I'm on about 4 hours of sleep because I
Gonna make
was
it
up
better.
until. What's that?
It's gonna make it better.
It's going to make it better.
Yeah.
We're going to
Yeah, I was
have...
watching FanFest stuff until 4 in the morning.
oh, yes.
Fan Fest.
The Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest. A lot of Final Fantasy XIV stuff happening, of course.
But yeah, so much stuff.
Not just within the development team, but Marin has just made their way to the outskirts of Shadowbringers, which is very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yes. I dragged myself along, like, no legs. It felt like I had no legs. I was just kind of pulling myself along by my arms, getting from quest to quest. Because I don't know, like, it was real hard for me to pay attention to the story. It's always really hard for me to pay attention to story because I have ADHD. But, I did it. I watched, like, 4 cutscenes yesterday. So, good on me.
Proud of you.
Well done, me.
Because like
Somebody's-
Stormblood is like such like political intrigue plot, and
Yeah, I'm not
Shadowbringers is
into
more
it.
like legit saving the world. So it's a lot more interesting.
Despite the name,
Some-
Stormblood is a very dry expansion.
Yeah.
Somebody's taking me to task for not watching the cutscenes on Twitter. They're like, "How could they skip Hildebrand?" And I'm like, "I don't."
Hildebrand
I
is
don't
side
know.
quests.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of Hildebrand or of the sort of like the farcical Japanese humor. So
Oh.
Yeah.
he's not like he's not my husband. He's not my fave.
Who is
You're
your
like, and
fave?
if there's no, dude, you're about to find 3 new husbands though.
Yeah? You're gonna have some faves.
Honestly, well, I've always kind of had a thing for I thought Thancred was cute, but now Amaric is like, hey.
I mean, por qué no las dos, you know?
Hmm?
It's indeed. I would love to be a Marin sandwich. But then if it was Thancred, wouldn't Urianger have to be the other one? And I suppose that's fine, but his sideburns.
also,
And
but
he's not
also
voiced by
there's
Gideon Emery
Urianger.
anymore. We talked about this.
but his new voice is still hot.
Okay, yeah, it is.
It's got
but
kind of
still.
Hugo Weaving thing going
And
on.
when you see him in Shadowbringers, like, there's no choice but to fall in love.
Is the slutty back from Shadowbringers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so like the gold chain down the droopy tank top in the
Yes.
back.
Yep.
Ooh. You're right, you got robbed in the next one. He's wearing a full shirt
Well,
now.
That's just for the
Well, so
trailer.
apparently that model is from like the original like Shadowbringers trailer. And where like you only see his back a little bit, so that they didn't actually like model it accurately.
I see.
And so they just reused that model, but in like the next expansion itself, he will still have the deep V in the back, and I will be very happy.
Slutty man. We love
Yeah.
to see it. And speaking of slutty men, bunny boys.
Bunny
Honey boys.
Midriff everywhere. Oh my god. I'm
So
so
we're all
excited.
fantasiaing to
Oh, yes.
bunny boys.
Yes,
At-
I will be the most
with
beautiful
Endwalker,
bunny twink.
right?
Yes.
I feel like I'll fantasia for like at least a couple of weeks.
I
But
don't
in
know.
that time, we got to take a lot of screenshots.
Yes. Honestly, I might stick around as a boy because, like, the
Why
one
not?
reason why I didn't really, I've fantasiaed my, not Galka, Rogaden. I'm a rogue female, and like I've fantasiaed her before to like an elf, and like, but honestly, all the girls in the game are so girly. I fucking
Yeah.
hate it. Like the Rose are more tomboyish, which is why I've just never strayed from that. So I'm like, if I could be a beautiful, delicate male bunny with a beautiful flat tummy,
Yeah.
I'd run around and fucking fuck with everyone. I'd be beautiful.
Well,
My-
because part of the reason I chose Lalafell is because like every other female body type in the game is like big woman with hourglass figure or
Yeah.
small woman with hourglass figure, and I was just like, that's not really what I want to play.
Right.
Yeah.
My first
Exactly.
OC was a bunny, so I'm gonna try and make my OC. Although I'll probably have to change his name because it was just Martin. So
Well, yeah, that's why you add like an apostrophe in there to make it like a fantasy
Martin.
name. Martin.
Martin.
Sissia, thanks for the bits. Hello, finished watching the Ace Attorney anime show, dubbed because of butts. And gotta say, Phoenix seems to just happen to be at the right place at the right all the time when crime happens. I mean, that's kind of
I
his
guess
job.
make it the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's true. Derek
or wrong
Anthony,
place at the right time.
thanks for the bits. I got the Phoenix Wright anime, both first and second seasons, and I enjoy it a lot. Also, I find it follows the game exactly. Maybe a little too exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, I wish things were different. I mean, not necessarily for Phoenix Wright, but I'm always a big fan of adaptations taking a little bit of liberty because I'm like, why do I want to see the same thing?
Rock Ruland, thanks for the bits. Hey, is it weird that I kind of hope the bunny boys are shorter than the bunny girls? I mean, I
Not
certainly,
at
No,
all.
no,
I
I
certainly
hope
think it's
that too.
understandable.
Apparently, male bunnies are smaller than female bunnies in real life. So if they were, it would be only reflective of reality. So
Much like the
gotta keep
rest
that
of the Final
realism.
Fantasy.
So yeah,
races.
it's for realism.
yeah, realism for the lore.
Evil Sea Monkeys,
I
thanks.
also hope. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Evil Sea Monkeys, thanks for subbing for 4 months in a row. 4 months of hacking my sub. GGEZ. By the way, is it sad I can find an amazing idea to start, but then trying to make it flow and continue for writing, I kind of crash and burn at because I thought of like 20 new ideas, yet haven't finished what I already have. I feel you there, Evil Sea Monkeys. Ideas are
It's called
plentiful.
being a human.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I always mean to write down the new ideas, and I never do.
Yes.
Sorry, I interrupted you, Soupy.
I was gonna say I also hope female Hrothgar are bigger than male Hrothgar.
Yeah.
Beefy,
beefy
or at
girls.
least
Yeah.
as big.
Yeah, totally.
And Sir Straw Hat, thanks for the bits. Well, if you plan on quenching your thirst through Bai Dojinshi, you'll have to find them at conventions.
BL.
Oh, sorry. Conventions or other places because come June, eBay is no longer allowing any sexually explicit stuff. Yes, unfortunately,
Yeah.
that is true.
I'm just going to go to Japan to get it. It's everywhere.
Much easier.
Much
Dude,
easier.
there's like a shop literally like right next to the train station in Akihabara that's 6 levels of doujin. They're like, on this floor you can find JoJo and free. and
Those are like their own floors.
yeah, like
Wow.
they have everything organized by floor. So like this is like the straight hentai, and then here's all the yaoi doujin, and of course it's like 1 floor of hentai and then like 5 floors of
And the floor of hentai's in the basement.
yeah. It's fucking great. Oh, I miss it.
All right.
One of these days.
Well,
Yes.
unless we have any... Well, first we should do a quick recap of what we've been up to. Obviously, we're on Case 5,
Yes.
Rise from the Ashes of the first game. Hey, Jova, it's good to see you. We're on Case 5, which involves the death of Bruce Goodman, a police detective who worked on the S92 case, was it?
SL7.
SL9.
SL9?
SL9, yes.
SL9.
SL9.
Which was a case that, what did it go, unsolved?
It was solved 2 years prior to the current day.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was one of those that Miles did whatever he could to get a
It was his first one, right?
His first high-profile case.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in the last section we played, the last investigation section, we discovered, first of all, Meekins, the very well-meaning, very flustered patrolman. He got blamed for the murder at the police station of the same person who was murdered in the parking lot at the prosecutor's offices, Bruce Goodman. Somehow he died in two places at the same time. Very confusing. I'm sure it's going to be revealed as to how that happened. And Meekins, his last memory was seeing a guy with a knife who he believed was Bruce Goodman and being attacked by him. And then he got knocked out and he can't really remember what happened. And
yes, I believe so.
Marshall, the cowboy patrolman, he talked to us about seeing footage of this, I think.
I think so, yes.
So we have, some sort of, witness testimony, not testimony, but a witness to video footage of the event going down. So presumably we're going to have to be defending Patrolman Meekins in whatever situation he's found himself in. Oh, no, the person who's been...
He testifies.
Yes, because the person who's being accused in this case is the sister of Emma.
Yes.
What's their name?
So Lana Sky's our client, but
Right.
We're still going to testify we're still going to cross-examine Meekins.
Right. All right. So I think that's basically everything that happened. Obviously, we also sprayed for blood, and we blew dust over fingerprints, and we found... Whose handprint was on that one locker with the little thing sticking out?
I think it was Marshall's.
Marshall's, yes. So that was interesting. That was very telling. So yeah, we've got a lot of loose threads that are hopefully going to tie into a singular narrative eventually. But right now, it's very confusing. Graphite
a lot
Wolf,
of things going on at once.
A lot. Graphite Wolf 26, thanks for following. Sir Straw Hat, thanks for the 10 bits. And speaking of dojins, do you have any idea how hard it is to find Kingdom Hearts H dojins? I don't know what H dojin is. That aren't yaoi.
Wait, hentai?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I imagine.
Tried.
See, okay, here's the thing, right? If they don't want people to put men together, put more fucking women in your goddamn games.
And then don't kill them off after 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Don't put them in the fridge.
Yeah.
For character development.
Don't do it.
Okay? If you want to give me shit about liking gay dudes, stop putting so many fucking dudes in everything, because I'm going to put them together because I'm bored.
Making them so gay.
I can't just watch a movie. I have to fantasize about literally everyone doing each other.
Exactly.
You have to?
I have to.
It's not compelling or fun otherwise.
Sure.
It's either that or like we're singing songs or going karaoke. Like, I mean, there's no in between.
There's no in between.
No in between.
Sissia, thanks for the bits. Fun fact, Yugi actually plays magical girls decks, meaning he plays a waifu deck. You're right, he does have several magical girls in his deck. In Dark Side of Dimensions specifically, he has like
what a simp.
His own harem in his deck. All right, I'm going to jump right into it, unless there are any objections. So here we go.
Marluxia. I fucking love Marluxia.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Who's this?
Beautiful. Marluxia from Kingdom Hearts. He's the one with the scruffy red hair.
Is he the one with the trading cards?
Pink scythe. Yeah, well, that's for the game.
I've seen a mod of that where he's got Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He's got Exodia, I think. Derek Anthony, thanks for the 100 bits. I also love the name translations in the anime. For example, the security guard from the Steel Samurai case is named... Their name is Old Bag in the anime? Is what? Oh, they're called Old Bag in this, too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Luxord. No, he don't have cards. Sorry.
Oh, Luxord is the guy with the goatee, right?
Yeah, I remember now. It's been a while.
The pink mullet, which
is
really the hairstyle I want.
I like the blonde girl with the two little antenna hair.
Oh, yeah. Larxene, I think?
Yeah.
Larxene, yeah.
She's cool.
I also liked, the tsundere little bookworm. I forget his name.
I think I know who you're talking about. He has like kind of dark gray purplish hair.
Yeah, and it
I don't
flips
remember
over
his name though.
Wildfire
Yeah,
Vivi.
you gotta give respect to Larxene, because
Zexion.
she likes fucking people up.
Thank you, Sir Straw Hat.
Zexion, yeah.
It's been a while. Wildfire Vivi, thanks for the bits.
Zexion is Sexion.
Preach, Marin, fucking preach. Also give the women an interesting personality that doesn't revolve around either lusting for the protagonist or being a damsel in distress. Stop making planks with breasts.
Yeah.
Planks
Let them pass the Bechdel test.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. Speaking of tests, we've got one coming up here.
God, somebody clipped it.
February 24th, 9:41 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1.
So, what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all,
the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time.
It's like we're finishing each other's
sentences.
I'm hungry.
And a different suspect was arrested at the other crime scene. It was me, though, I promise.
Lana!
Danger zone.
Morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
Were you pooping?
I was pooping. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though.
Pooping?
Yep.
What do you eat? How'd it go?
I eat pure sawdust, and that's all.
Ew! Just Piper. Oh, what does it smell like? I need to know.
Do you really?
Eat some sawdust and find out.
You just poop horse poop? What is it?
Phoenix is like, stop the trial.
I have real cross-examination to do.
It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless.
Thanks for the bits. Calm down, chill out. Anyone else hear Sasuke's voice when Little Karibo talks? Also, I think you should just give Edgeworth Sasuke's voice because edgy. Well, Marin is already voicing Sasuke, but yes, Sasuke.
I'm Sasuke.
When I voice Sasuke in my Naruto spoof, the kind of the gimmick of that character is I'm not trying at all. So when I write his dialogue knowing that when I'm saying it, I'm just going to sort of do this and not try. Anyway.
I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain.
A plea bargain? What do you mean by that?
We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma.
Thanks for the bit, Sir Straw Hat. No, Edgeworth is actually likable.
Damn. But Lana! Don't tell me you...
Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Miss Sky. We discovered traces left by a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall.
You found Officer Marshall's traces?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact.
She's like, oh, thank God.
That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
I'm so excited about our trump card for when the judge gets hungry. In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Like Exodia.
In the heart of the cards.
Wildfire Vivi, thanks for this. Who else thinks the muffler is hiding the dotted line she's drawn for the headsman? That would be funny.
Yeah, it's keeping her head on.
It's her cursed shackle. She got banished from heaven. It's fine, guys.
I'm gonna need you to explain that one.
It's so when you ascend to heaven and become a god in Chinese, whatever the fuck, and if you get banished, you get... They give you a cursed shackle, and it's like a tattoo, basically saying you fucking suck.
I assume by Chinese whatever the fuck you mean mythology.
Yes.
Whatever.
I don't know the words. The words sometimes do not come.
Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright.
February 24th, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 9. Thank you so much for the bits, Mama Carnage. It's good to have you here. Hope you're feeling okay. Evening, LK, Marin, and Soupy. Hope all is well.
All is
well.
There's Edgeworth.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
Thanks for the bits, Armand. When in doubt, accuse someone else. That's how lawyering works, right?
Oh, totally.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is
Yes, he is.
I'm afraid you'll have to clarify.
It takes 30 minutes by car to reach criminal affairs from the prosecutor's office. I'm very grumpy. The victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time.
But that's not physically possible, is it?
Oh shit,
but maybe
Grandpa.
with portals. What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow. This is one messed up trial.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department.
Are you okay?
It's me, Sasuke Edgeworth.
It's me. It's me, Sasuke Edgeworth. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Spectrum Internet Assist says what? Who fixed this man's stream?
Are you trying to silence us?
Now that's what oh, shit.
It sure is.
That's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things.
Oh, he's on top
on
of
top
things.
Be on
Right.
top of things.
Yeah, nobody let that go. All of us just humped that shit at the same time.
Low-hanging fruit, you know?
Oh, he's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it was okay.
Seto Darcy, thanks for following.
He sounds on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait?
Oh,
Let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand.
for its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department.
Oh boy.
Get in here, Meekins.
The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer?
I said what I fucking said.
He said what he fucking said. Who boy? Things are getting wild from the get-go.
I'm very grumpy. Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Meekins, sir.
Mike
Spectrum.
Meekins.
Spectrum, I agree, Edgeworth is not a top. But then, Soupy also says that Phoenix is never topped. So, maybe they both just sort of sit and look at each other awkwardly.
Miles is a control freak, and that just comes out in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's fair.
I like to think that they'll start, and then one of them will say objection, and they'll switch, and then they'll keep going, and then one will say objection. Hold it.
That's their fucking safe word.
Yeah. Dirty talk, you know?
Oh, yeah.
My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir.
What the actual fuck? This is like me filling out my driver's license, and I'm like, should I put my natural hair color or my dyed hair color?
Right?
Dots.
So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is... Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir.
Fucking millennials.
A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. I'm a Gen Z.
Isn't he 30?
I don't know, actually.
Go to the court record. How old is this motherfucker?
Yeah, is he older?
22. He's younger
Oh,
than
he's
us.
22.
Oh,
babe.
what a baby.
Babe.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help
God.
me, sir.
What? The judge is saying this?
He's easily influenced.
Officer Meekins.
Vampiro, thanks for the bits. Everyone lies about their weight on their driver's license. Tell me I'm lying.
Well, I'm certainly not 180 anymore.
Yes, sir.
I wasn't lying at the time, for the record. It's just been
That's true for
15
mine,
years.
too. Yeah.
Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. On your knees.
Sir, as you wish. On my knees. After all, I'm part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't even realize
me-
you had your weight on your driver's license.
Yeah.
Ah.
Probably just so that the, you know,
I think.
people are looking you up in a database or whatever.
Right.
I guess.
You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
Here we go.
Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir.
Kill a man.
Yeah. I put my assassin training to use. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. I burped. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
Hey, Justice Creeps. All right.
Victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you.
Thanks for the bits, Armin. Are we sure Edgeworth isn't a top? He seems to be usually giving orders.
See, I feel like
That-
Phoenix is less
you get it.
emotionally repressed than Miles. Like, I feel like Miles in that situation would be like,
The emotional repression is why he's a top.
I see. So, I mean, well, then Miles just has a different relationship with sex than I do.
He has a different relationship
have
with
to respect
everything.
that. That's very true.
Do unto others before they do unto you.
Yeah, Edgeworth maybe is a power bottom. That's what I think.
But Phoenix is not a top.
You're just like, no, you don't fucking understand. This is just a fact.
I will die on this hill.
Well, okay, maybe this is the reason why this relationship is like 20 years in the making then.
It could be. It very well could.
Because it's just two bottoms circling each other.
That's the Meekins family motto, sir.
Two bottoms circling
Two
each
bottoms
other.
circling each other, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness.
Martin is having an aneurysm every time we have gay conversation. We're like, hold on, we need to explore the LGBTQ community, and Martin's just like,
It's time to learn some things.
LGBTQBRB.
Oh.
Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir.
Somebody points out that he has Japanese writing on his armband, so we are in Japanifornia.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Straw Hat, thanks for the bits. Two places
never
at
edited
once.
that.
That, and I think they must have got cut off.
That. Ellie, you understand us.
I love you too, Ellie. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
What I need here is more info to work with. Oh, you're fine,
Right.
Amon.
Mike Meekins works in Little Tokyo.
All right, I'm gonna stop pressing.
The armband isn't even official. He just bought it from somewhere in Little Tokyo.
So Straw Hat says, doesn't seem possible. So that was the end of their sentence. It does not seem possible.
Walk on. Push him.
Push him over.
Mr. Meekins, you work in the
Every
General
time.
Affairs Department, do you not?
Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir.
This
Yikes. Now there's a scary thought.
evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
In charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir.
Oh yes, that's certainly not an ordinary task.
The Blue Badger? Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the head detective, sir.
Gumshoe's the head detective? Oh no, wait, head detective came up with the idea. And then Gumshoe
Yeah, I
just
think so.
actualized it.
I think so, yeah. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. See, sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around.
So Straw Hat says, I guess the word physically is filtered out, so I'm going to have to check my word filters. I added a bunch of filters to my Twitch chat just because there are certain words I don't want to see. Physically shouldn't be one of them. I'm not sure why. It must be conflicting with something else.
Did you maybe misspell psychically?
I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
I don't want any psychics in here.
Rock Rulin, thanks for the bits. Okay, hear me out. Meekins killed Goodman so hard that the instant he died, he teleported right in front of Lana, who just so happened to have borrowed Edgeworth's knife to practice her stabbing. Case closed. I think you've pretty
You
much
should be a
sussed it.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mama,
I mean, we can all pass the bar when we're done with this game.
Mama
That's true.
Carnage, thanks for the bit. Every time I hear Blue Badger, I think of a literal badger, and I'm so disappointed when you find out it's not. Yes, it's a badge. Did you say this?
Yes. That I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room.
Tell us, what did you see when you got there?
Thanks for this, Wildfire BB. Someone get this man a hug and some snuggles. He deserves it.
Which one? I will snuggle all of them.
I mean, they all do.
It's true.
They all deserve snuggles.
The judge probably gets enough snuggles, though. I think he's
Oh, he
probably
has
the most
grandkids.
emotionally balanced of everyone in this room, even though he's
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
She's like, y'all need therapy. Go see somebody. Talk it out.
I may not have high intelligence, but I've got the wisdom.
Low intelligence.
Low intelligence, high wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Straw Hat, thanks for the bits. For the record, I was trying to make a red versus blue reference where a character being beaten to death with his own skull was saying it didn't seem possible. I see.
Oh, God.
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card. Am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck.
So then, your ID number should be listed in here, right?
It's the one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir.
I see. Huh? But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice.
Please explain, witness.
It's no mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during that second time when? Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen.
So Straw Hat is just waiting for the ID number 8675309.
Nine.
Jenny, I got
That's my
your
number.
ID.
Oh. Soupy, I got your number.
So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
It was a knife, sir. A knife.
A knife.
A knife.
A knife.
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then?
It's fucked up.
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was.
You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. Jeez.
Mean, Phoenix. Fucked up.
I hate people.
That's when I reacted, sir. It's like, if your name isn't Miles Edgeworth, I just don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what he was telling Emma.
I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand.
Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be...
Blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar.
What exactly do you mean when you say you did it?
I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir.
Oh.
The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him.
Oh, he got the knife from him.
He's a kung fu master.
Took his knife?
His knife.
It broke my knife. I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver.
Crab battle.
What a
God.
maneuver!
That was a fucking blast from the past.
Yeah. Remember when we made that meme where it was just a crab and you dressed it up like Kristoff from
Yeah.
Ace Attorney 4?
Yep.
And
Crab
then it's
stuff.
just yeah, crab stuff. And then we just wrote crab battle and it made
Yep.
it into the WTF section of Fandom Secrets.
I remember that. Good
I'm not
times.
sure what we were trying to say there, but I'm pretty sure
I
we
don't
came up with
know.
it at 2 a.m.
I was thinking about that not too long ago. I need to recreate crab stuff one of these days. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
Like a man.
Like
Wow.
a man.
Wildfire VV, thanks for the bits. I'm waiting for the number 531-8008 because I'm juvenile and that number reminds me of boobies.
69, 420, 69.
I see. He must have been desperate.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then
Oh.
the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir!
So my assumption would be that that white thing sticking out of the locker is the coat drenched in blood then.
I believe so.
About what time did you regain consciousness?
No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious.
Oh, right.
You big fucking blue dummy. I mean, according to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too.
Oh, baby.
I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir.
Your mission?
Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand.
Well, we can all rest easy now.
If we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
He's got a point.
Slow down, eh?
Yes, Sir Meekins? With regard to that, sir. Take a look at this. It was sent to my cell.
Wait, it's 2016. How does he have one of these?
Using VHS tapes.
2017.
Yeah, 2017. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir.
We were already on DVDs in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would security footage get recorded?
I'm not on DVD yet.
Maybe they still use VHS tapes for security recordings.
Actually, yeah, that's probably a good point. The tapes.
Yeah.
But
we
they
might
did
still use
to
tapes.
just talk last time about how high-tech things are in that room. So maybe just in Japanifornia, a VHS tape is high-tech.
Yeah. Hey man, we bought these off of the military and they're like 20 years old, so high tech.
We still have like 3 tons of these in a warehouse.
Yeah.
We got to use them up.
The chief?
I've been watching a lot of On Cinema, and I'm sure this is going to go over everybody's heads, but when I see a VHS tape, all I can think about is Greg Turkington's Victorville film archive. Arikios, thank you for the bits. Have the officer shout his lines every time the megaphone goes off. It's how I'm imagining it in my head. Let's not make Soupy yell if they don't want to.
Yeah. I also don't want to just blow everybody's
Yeah.
eardrums out.
And Sir Straw Hat, thanks for the bits. Who does Smeg still uses VHS in 2017? Good question. Also, kudos for using Smeg. And thank you, Derek Anthony. Dot matrix printers are still used in businesses around here. Good grief.
Damn.
Delivered it.
Where's around here? Like 1990? What is that? A videotape?
Even he's confused.
Don't we use
Fucking
DVDs now?
Wildfire VV, thanks for the
Blu-ray
bits.
at least?
If no one else wants Meekins, I will gladly adopt him, feed him muffins and cookies, and give him all the love this poor baby deserves. I love him so much. And so
Don't
Straw
forget
Hat.
grilled cheese.
And grilled cheese. Yes, the food of champions. And thank you for the bits, Sir Straw Hat. Then again, this case originally came out in 2005. Even then.
This case came out... Oh yeah, this case did come out in 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But... Didn't we have DVDs by then?
We did, yeah, we definitely did.
But it is a good point in that videotapes are probably the easiest way to quickly, like, I mean, now obviously there are no VHSs built into things, but for a long time,
Yeah.
VHSs were cheap enough that it was easier to just like record things that way.
It's-
Because nowadays we don't even really record footage.
Yeah.
Well,
We
plus,
just sort
I
of-
don't think DVDs record, like, in real time like VHS tapes
No.
do.
It's, yeah.
No.
They have to have, like, some writing time afterwards,
Yeah.
so that would probably not be good.
Well, you
for
have to have
security footage.
like all the footage like taken care of. Like, yeah.
Void
Yeah.
Adept has actual information about this. Fun fact from someone with a diploma in IT. Magnetic tape storage is still used for archival purposes, including security footage, because it has a much larger storage capacity than current digital formats, but at a cost of much slower read/write speed, because you have to spool to the specific spot on the tape. It makes sense.
And that
Makes
was
sense.
almost helpful, especially in like security settings, because then you get to kind of like, you can always just fast forward while watching the image, you know?
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino swears by VHS tapes because VHS is actually very high quality until you use it. When you use it, it immediately starts degrading. So he has
Well,
a
So
very
it's our fault.
yeah. Derek
Oh,
Anthony,
damn
thanks
it.
for the bits. Apparently, Portland, Oregon is where they were talking about with the dot matrix printers. And Vampiro, video did kill the radio star, or so I'm told. I believe I heard that somewhere.
Isn't Oregon
Uh,
where they also still have the last Blockbuster?
Probably up in
Goes hand
Portland.
in hand.
Yeah, I think
I
it's in
will
Bend,
be-
Oregon or something, but...
You got to be right back, Marin.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back in 2 seconds.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
we'll take a quick break here. Soupy, what are you looking forward to in Endwalker Final Fantasy XIV?
I am so excited to go to the moon.
Oh, yes.
Because I grew up playing Final Fantasy,
Mm.
so a lot of this stuff is like callbacks to Final Fantasy IV.
Hmm.
So I'm super excited.
I'm
How
very
about you?
I'm very excited about that. I forget what the name of the. I think it. I could be wrong. Actually, I'm not going to guess because I'll probably get it wrong. The class, the job where you get to heal people with lasers.
Oh, Sage, yeah.
Sage. I'm really
super
excited about
excited for that,
Sage. Yeah, I need to get that.
It looks so cool.
It looks very pretty. Mama Carnage, thanks for the bits. Can't wreck the VHS if you never use it. Indeed. Derek Anthony, I believe we do have a Blockbuster here. Thank you for the bits, and you got to check that out, see if they're still renting. And Rock Rulin, thanks for the bits. Moon's Haunted. Where does that
Moon's haunted.
Where does that meme originate? Because I've seen that so many times, and
I'm not sure where it originated, but like, I remember, I think it was originally from Twitter, and it's like
yeah,
two people talking, and like first person like cocks a gun,
yeah,
and then the other person's
they're
like where are you going, and then the other person's like Moon's haunted.
yeah,
But I'm not sure if it's originally from something. Or
yeah.
not.
I don't know, because the first time I saw it used was in reference to Final Fantasy XIV, but it was
Really?
I think it was back when Shadowbringers was coming out, and I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Oh, Rock Rulin says I think it's originally from Destiny. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Was it always Moon's haunted, or was it another place? I don't know.
If it's from Destiny, I imagine it would have been Moon because they have the moon as a big plot
Does
point.
that take place on the moon?
The only reason I say yes, because I haven't played it, is because there's that famous line that Peter Dinklage said that everybody made fun of, where he says, "That wizard came from the moon." Yeah. So Straw Hat just wrote that in chat as I said it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Destiny, so. But
Yeah.
like, I feel like that line is also just really funny.
It is. Yeah. Welcome back.
And just like the mental image of like cocking a gun and,
Yeah.
and thinking like that's what you can go like fix the moon with.
Yeah, the ghosts are gonna.
Moon's haunted.
That's what we were discussing, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Meekins.
Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
So Straw Hat, thanks for the bits. Why did they replace Dinklebot with Nolan North anyway? I would assume because it's cheaper to use Nolan North than Peter Dinklage.
Well, I don't know if it's specifically with this, but I had heard in something else that like Peter Dinklage's like line reads were just like not good for
I heard
audio
that.
only,
I heard that.
and that's why he was replaced.
You said this line?
Yes, it did.
What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. And was told it had been mistakenly erased.
How do you like that, Miles? That's your fucking updated autopsy report.
Yeah.
That's quite a mistake.
Autopsy reports on the other foot now.
Yeah.
Derek Anthony, the last blockbuster is in Bend, or about 4 hours from Portland, but we still have Movie Madness that is a rental place that has lots of Hollywood movie stuff. It's so weird to think that there's just individual, like, outlets scattered around, and it's not just like a
Right.
massive chain now.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
Good grief.
Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me.
You literally
introduced
called
yourself.
yourself a murderer. You self-identify with that word.
Yeah, but it's scarier when someone else says it, sir.
Ugh, Jesus Christ.
A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Facesofdeath.avi? Oh boy. Oh,
I forgot we have to, like, stop the video
this
and
is
point
some
out.
Five Nights at Freddy's shit.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, it's 3D. Whoa. Oh, it's covering his face. Thanks. You know, Gumshoe, you could have just not made this thing. It would have been much easier.
Meekins, what you doing? You sneaking
He's gonna
up
go
on a
beat a man to
detective.
So Straw Hat, thanks for the... Oh. Whoa. Wow, that was violent. Thanks for the bits, Straw Hat. Speaking of Dinklage, Game of Thrones Season 8, what a load. Can't say I've seen it. I stopped watching very early on.
Yeah.
I've never seen an episode, and I intend to never see an episode.
Yeah, there was too much incest and rape for me.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm very happy that it's over because now I don't have to like go through the whole social
Yeah.
the
Oh,
whole
and
social obligation of like, no, I don't watch it. You don't watch it?
Well, after season 8, nobody has recommended me that I watch it ever since.
Yeah, it's been like dead silent ever since that
Yeah,
season
exactly.
came out, and I've just kind of been smiling smugly to myself.
Right?
Like,
And-
I didn't waste my time.
I just remember like seeing the whole thing with the Starbucks cup being in a shot, and I was just like, ah, it's the beginning of the end.
Apologies if you're seeing stream quality degrading. Just so you know, in order to avoid the lag issues that I've been having, I've had to set it so sometimes the stream quality will go down. But the important thing is that you're still watching the stream. You can actually see what's going on.
I believe we're all thinking the same thing.
I don't know about that, Judge.
How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us?
These
These
unnecessary
unnecessary
feelings.
These unnecessary feelings.
Slam. What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood?
Hey, he's right here.
Enjoy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir.
It's their son.
It's the Blue Badger, sir.
Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Security video added to the court record. Aha.
Yes. Well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room, and some sort of, activity did take place.
Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins?
Yes, wish, sir.
Boom, boom. Mystery Man.
His face can't be clearly seen in the video. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
But there was a glove there.
Yeah.
What's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Very cross. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. All right. Let's see. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. I assume I don't need to press all of these.
So we have the video and evidence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we review it?
Are we allowed to just watch it?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Ah, okay.
So if we look at the locker,
I want to see if he
the
has,
light
if
is
he's
already
wearing...
on above it, so
Light.
it's open.
Oh,
Oh.
it's open.
It's been used
okay.
already.
Yeah.
And like, is he wearing gloves?
Yes.
Yeah, he's wearing a.
I think he is, but the glove was blocking the lock on the door,
Huh.
so that even though it looked closed, it was
Oh
still
yeah,
unlocked.
because it fell down. Yeah.
Yeah, and the light comes on when the locker's unlocked.
Right. Okay.
So it was unlocked the whole time.
So if there's something that mentions the lock, then we present the
I think
videotape.
I think it's one of the last statements, but I'm pretty sure we can just present the videotape.
Thanks for the bits, Vampiro. Fingerprint activated lock, but still uses VHS tapes in this year of 2016. Yes.
Yep.
Kind of a contradiction. Derek Anthony, did they attach the camera to an oscillating fan in the video? It's entirely possible, given Gumshoe is probably responsible for setting it up.
Yeah. Probably
We're
uses the
good,
same
we don't need
Oh,
machinery as
right, it's
Blue
the same
Badger.
footage. I'm sorry. All right, no question that person was
Keep
Detective Goodman. I mean, he
The
opened the
next one.
locker.
So that.
Present the
I think
video.
it might be the next one.
Okay.
Where he
The
says,
locker he opened is unquestionably Detective
or
Goodman's
it might
locker.
be either one.
I think it's the first one because
Okay.
that requires Detective
Yeah,
Goodman's
fingerprint.
but it didn't.
So should I
it's already
show the
open.
tape?
Yeah.
It could be the tape or the locker.
It could be
itself.
either of them, yeah.
I'd say the tape because that's where the contradiction is.
But hey, if
That's
we get
true.
it
that,
wrong,
that does show the light.
if we get it wrong, we get to show off my new thing. So,
That's
That's
true.
true.
hey, Casey. We're good. We're good.
Ah.
No music.
Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Rather.
Strange.
This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not be Detective Goodman.
Oh, Niall.
Video contains such a contradiction?
Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm married. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I propose we have the defense
Still good for the judge, right?
point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video.
He would want me to point it out. He would want me to do my job.
On a guy.
He would want me to back up my claims. Very well. Proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of.
I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that.
I've never seen a video before.
Ed Stevens, SKW, thanks for the 100 bits. Phoenix, I do, Edgeworth.
Yes, 1,000 times yes, Edgeworth.
You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video.
Phoenix is learning how to use the VCR.
Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
What if he grew up an orphan and like on the streets, and that's why he doesn't know how anything works?
Why is that the only reason that he could not know how to work a VHS? He
Because
grew
we
up
don't know
on
anything
the
about his
streets.
parents.
Maybe he grew up in a cult.
He doesn't have a mom or a dad, as far as we know.
True. I mean, we know he has like a great grandpa.
Yeah, at some point somebody fucked, but we don't know
We don't know who
or where or what or,
where,
why.
or when.
If they even like Phoenix.
Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video.
How did this guy ever become a police officer? Thanks for the
Don't
bits,
be mean,
CN402.
Mr. Wright. Please enlighten us. Contradiction that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman.
Alright, so I just pause on this first part here,
Yep.
and then point at that.
Yep.
Alright, here we go. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins.
Sir.
I don't know why we don't just turn off the music and have Marin do it.
If only it was an option.
As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. You have to apply gumshoe to it. When you grab the
Apply
handle,
gumshoe to me! Give him to me!
when you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If the print matches the registered data, had to pause there for a sec, sorry. The light turns on and the lock is released.
According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir.
Thanks for the bits, Wildfire VV. Please back off Meekins, Phoenix. No one asks how you became a lawyer, even though you can't do your job without a teenager holding your hand through it or the spirit of a pair of giant tits coming to your aid.
Burn.
If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. I'm just gonna show the whole video again because it makes Meekins sad.
I like damaging this young man's soul.
Your
I
Honor,
enjoy
play
it.
the video again.
Fast forward to when he hits the locker.
I
Yes,
don't
that's the
see
good
enough
part.
tears.
When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier.
They should really play the Blue Badger music backwards
Yes.
for that.
It just becomes very disturbing. Here, notice the light?
What's this? It's already lit.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
already
it is,
lit.
Judge.
Ah! Uja.
You are already lit.
Shit's lit, fam.
Precisely my point,
Where are
Your
those
Honor.
cookies at? Give me a cookie.
These cookies lit, Mr. Wright.
The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle.
Order? What's the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
Objection. Phoenix, we actually were Phoenix Rising. We were having this conversation right before this stream as to whether or not weed was legal in Japanifornia in 2017,
Yeah.
and we determined yes.
Yep.
Yes, it was, because California voted to legalize weed in the 2016 election, and it got
Yep.
legalized in January of the following year. So there we go.
So if you're wondering,
Everyone in this courtroom is lit.
that's why
Yep.
Larry Butts is the way he is in this game.
Yeah, he was already on the medical stuff, which, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, weed was already basically legal.
Yeah.
You could, like, go into a doctor and be like, I got the black lung, and they're like, oh, that's terrible,
Weed
have
will
some
fix it.
weed. Yeah.
Would
But
you
the
like
lo-
green lung?
Let's change that color. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system.
The locker locks
Next
Edgeworth.
Locker locks. The locker locks. Have you ever locked a lamppost and when a door is shut, a sensor is triggered? Your fucking face, I'm sorry. And the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know. It must have broken down.
Like me.
A
Oh,
Of course, I'm not an expert in this.
In lockers?
I am. In emotional breakdowns, I am.
So, Straw Hat, thanks for the bits. When you say black lung, my mind immediately turns to that jackass Micah. Oh, fuck Micah.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes. Locker locked.
Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What is your field, Phoenix?
Yeah.
What do
It's
you
barely
think?
lawyering.
What do you think, Miss Scientific
It's
Investigator?
not art. It's not lawyer.
Yeah.
What is it?
Even in
He's
this
like, if
moment,
it's not a shitty painting, Your Honor, I have no opinion.
even in this moment, when Phoenix is failing to do his job, he turns and he's like, "What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?"
He's gotta put somebody down.
You got any answers I can steal, Emma?
Derek Anthony, thanks for the bits. Is this like in GX where they don't know how to use the lockers and leave them unlocked? Yes, it's exactly like that.
Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the electronic system?
Something jammed the sensor? Say, there's something
Somebody
else
could
that
put
seems
their
out of
dick
place in this
there.
video.
What?
It opens.
What?
This is a
What?
dick print sensor.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. I mean, we already know what it is.
Yeah.
What is it?
Very well. Let's
It's the
inspect
glove that
video
falls
once
out of the
more.
locker
Oh,
when he
Yes.
opens it.
The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this.
let's just show Meekins the video again. Fast
Let's
forward.
fast forward.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, you have to like
ah, ah.
almost.
There.
I've almost got it, Your Honor.
Hang the fucking shit. Goddamn, wait. Just wait.
Give me the remote, Mr. Wright.
Well, you fucking see it, don't you?
Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. I'm so happy about this.
Hi. I get to make Meekins sad again. Because it's just like, oh god.
You see,
Please no, sir.
right before Meekins' traumatic experience,
This is like the worst part because it builds. I
What's
know
this?
what's gonna happen.
Tiger Striped Bunny, thank you for following.
Something white fell out of the locker.
Oh.
But sir, it's my experience that things fall out of with 4 hours of sleep. Give me a sec.
Gotcha.
But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened.
It's a weird
Throwing
sentence as
energy.
well.
That's like
Yeah.
every time a door is opened for you, Meekins?
People are dead when they are killed.
Tenma, oh no, they copied Death Note. Did they? Is that something that they do in Death Note?
Well, Light used to have all sorts of little booby traps in his door and shit like that. Like
Oh yeah,
with
the
a
little
hair
thing that'll
or
burn
a
the fucking house down if his
pencil.
Death Note gets looked at.
Yeah.
You know, just normal high school student stuff.
Yeah.
Potato chips.
It's gonna take a chip and eat it.
Wildfire VB, thanks for the bits. Yo, Edgeworth, you better be willing to raise Meekins' salary to pay for all the therapy your boyfriend is putting him through. Phoenix, it is your responsibility, so pay up.
Oh.
I agree. Rock Rulin, thanks for the bits. That's the face of someone thinking to themselves, God, I'm so smart. If I was Edgeworth, I'd fuck me.
V true. See, it's not just us. We are not the only thirsting ones.
I missed what he was saying, but
He said he often
Oh.
rolls a great distance out of his car door when he opens the door.
Wait.
Meekins, why? Are you just tucking and rolling and just letting the car go?
we can't be sure that item was in the locker to begin with.
I mean,
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, Edgeworth's
Penis?
dick?
Oh.
Between the sensor and the
Into-
door.
In my butthole.
And that's what I call my taint.
Inserted.
Yep.
Mr. Wright.
A thigh job, if you will.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Show me the thigh job in the video, Mr. Wright.
Well, if we watch it again,
Thick thighs save lives.
these ones ended a life, Your Honor.
They weren't thick enough. Bring me the thick thighs.
This white thing wasn't inside the locker. Thank you for the bits, Mama Carnage. God damn it, I put a piece of cheesecake in my mouth and choked. Could have been worse. Could have been grilled cheese. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, that's why it was open, I see.
That's funny.
Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times I get stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents.
Angelic Productions, thank you for following. I was going to say producing, but thank you for that too, I guess.
Oh.
What? How is that a sex thing? What are you on about?
Wait, what?
Producing.
Producing.
Reproducing.
You are stretching.
It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene.
There just might have been something that fits the description.
But sir, by insulator, you don't mean...
I think I finally got this figured out. Thanks for the bits, Derek Anthony. This officer reminds me of the Police and the Naked Gun series of movies. He wouldn't be out of place.
Like Leslie Nielsen. Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay, well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? Was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door?
Rubber glove?
There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
They were talking about, well, I maybe I'm misremembering, but somebody was saying they should reboot Naked Gun with Liam Neeson in the Frank Drebin role, and I was like, I could see that, actually. He'd be a good straight man.
interesting. I guess Leslie Nielsen sort of had the same...
He had a very serious movie career before
Yeah.
Airplane, yeah.
I don't know. Ever since I saw him in Amy Schumer, Liam Neeson kind of haunts me. Like, he looks so... It's the one where it's like Liam Neeson's funerals, and he's like, tell me how your grandfather died. And they were like, oh, he died in his sleep. And he's like, that's not good enough. Your grandfather's a pussy. But like... he's like, I fought a wolf in the forest once. But then like at the end of the commercial, it's like a commercial for his services, and at the end of the commercial he's just like looking into the camera and smiling, and like I never realized how terrifying this man's face was. And I've been sexually attracted to this man for years, like but some reason I was like, oh, this is very unattractive to me. I feel unsettled, in fact.
I found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove.
But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker.
It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. It's lit, fam.
Lit.
On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker, and I suck. Is this not so, Officer Meekins?
Do I not suck?
Sir, it would appear so, sir.
He sucks? Oh my god, what?
Order, order, order.
Advisor Kyo22, thanks for hosting. We watched a video, I think we talked about it a few weeks back, of an actual lawyer, an actual attorney watching Phoenix Wright footage. And one of the things she commented on was when the judge says, order in the court, she was like, I've never heard that in my 15 years of being a lawyer. They never say that. And I thought that was funny.
And that's the most unrealistic
Yeah.
part of Ace Attorney.
That's what stands out.
kept sniping at it like that. It was really funny.
Jova, thanks for the bits. Liam Neeson feels like an anagram of Leslie Nielsen. Oh my god. Yeah, you're right. Jova's one of my oldest internet friends. It's very nice to have you here, Jova. Maxwell Perlman, thanks for following.
It's either an anagram or just like a really thinly veiled like alter ego.
Yeah.
Doc Sholmes.
Yeah. So are we to believe then that the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman?
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
I feel like objections are flying fast and loose in this
Yeah,
court.
chat.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility and nothing more.
Thanks for the bits, Straw Hat. It was a girl. For a second, I thought you were talking about Legal Eagle. I'm not sure what they're referencing there.
Not sure.
The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
None, me? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Onegashi, please.
Sir!
Kudasai.
Me, sir? Not sure what you're referring to, sir.
Oh, right. They're thinking that the video I was talking about was this legal eagle person, but no, it was an IGN video, I think, or something.
Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course,
Oh,
sir.
it was BuzzFeed. That's what it was.
Right.
Oh.
It's always BuzzFeed.
Is this a joke? No, Evil Sea Monkeys, we haven't had a hype train, which is peculiar because people have been very generous with bits today. I'm not sure why we haven't had one.
Yeah. I guess they're just spaced out enough.
But if you want to start one, Evil Sea Monkeys, I would be very happy to see that train.
Phoenix and Miles are gonna kiss if we get to level 50.
They're gonna kiss.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Important gay business.
Please proceed with your important gay business, Mr. Wright.
I'd like to watch.
Very well. Begin your testimony.
Richard says, wow, can someone tell me why Soupy sounds like a damn sexy they, them?
That's my roommate.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Welcome, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Hi, Richard. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card.
Mama Carnage, thanks for the 50 bits to get that hype train.
ID card is used, there's a record of it.
Oh.
At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
Huh.
But we have that piece of paper that he started to fill out saying he lost his ID card.
Oh, we do?
An ID card record, I see.
Oh.
Yeah, that
This one. Right.
No, I don't know if he wrote the ID card specifically on it. I don't remember.
Let me have a
Because
look.
it was only half filled out.
Tenma, thanks for the 500 bits. We're still not on that hype train somehow. I'm surprised.
Which is like, they're like, you can't have what you want. You can't have gay lawyers.
Future Vantas, thanks for following. All
It's
right.
like Footloose. If Footloose had a gay lawyer in it.
And instead of dancing, it's about
Yeah.
gay lawyers.
Vampiro, thanks for the 500 bits there. And Miklarath, thank you for the 30 bits. I'm not sure what's
Hey.
going on to say there should be a notification saying we're getting a hype train or it's
See,
showing up.
many
What's
bits.
going on there?
I have no bits.
That's weird. I mean, I'm not asking you guys to keep sending bits just because obviously the hype train might not even happen because for some reason it's not.
That's strange, yeah.
Huh.
Hype train
Is it a
doesn't run on
setting?
Sundays?
Maybe. I don't know. Mama Carnage. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait,
there
there
we
goes.
go. All right.
Hype
Mama
train!
Carnage. You did it.
Level 50! Come on, baby! Mama needs a new kiss!
The hype train was like you had the spoon of cereal in front of it. The hype train was like, no, no.
It's like Ryan Gosling not
Yes.
eating a cereal.
I love that
I
video.
fucking love that.
Mama
I got
Carnage.
flirted with in a raid last night by someone named Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
Final Fantasy 14. It was a good time.
Could have been
Wow.
the real deal.
I'll
Did
tell
you
guys
flirt
the
with
whole story.
him?
Oh, I'll tell you guys the whole story later. It was great.
Ooh. Juicy.
Mama Carnage, thanks for the bits. Armon, thank you for the 100 bits. Fix your train. Yeah, it looks like they did. Taff King 24, thanks for the follow. Armon, thanks for the 100 bits. Derek Anthony, it happened now, thank you. Rock Ruler, thanks for the 100 bits. Chew, and I cannot stress this enough, Chew. And Vampiro, LK, no, stop, don't give me your money. Thank you for the 100 bits. Alaskan Hero, thanks for the 100 bits. Ed Stevens, SKW, thanks for the 341 bits. Parano, hype for big gay lawyers, thank you for the 100 bits. Always great to see Para.
BGL.
And Mama Carnage, thanks for the 300 bits. Choo choo. And Jova, thanks for the 10 bits. We would like to apologize for the delay on the hype train due to signal issues.
It's okay. Public transit sucks in LA, so just
The
makes
train was
sense.
delayed due to the trolley problem.
Yeah.
Well, Taff King, thanks for following
Oh my
regardless. I do appreciate it. All right, let's try and continue.
Yes. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor.
Man, what a bunch of suck-ups.
The ID used at 514 is that of the victim.
Ice Clouds, thanks for the 500 bits. Just wanted to say I really enjoy watching your streams. Well, I really enjoy having you here. Thank you, Ice Clouds.
Suck-ups.
Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID.
Evil sea monkeys. Holy cow. All right. 50 subs. Thank you. Oh my god. That's incredible. I'm going to really quickly try and read all these gift subs out that you've given. And I'm going to have to... We're going to get a lot of notifications about this. I don't know how to turn... How do I... Bloody hell. These are going to be going for a while.
This would be a good opportunity for me to go pee real
Yes,
quick. so I'll
please.
be
Hey,
right
break
back.
time.
Feel
Be right
free.
back.
No worries.
Oh, they're gay. Hooray.
They're gay. All
They
right.
kiss. They're kissing right now. We can't see them again.
Marin, why don't you and I act out Phoenix and Edgeworth kissing since we have that option?
Oh, okay.
Hey, Edgeworth. Nice job in
Yes.
court today.
Oh, thank you.
You
Wait
were
a minute.
You were especially gloomy. I liked it.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't like having as many unnecessary feelings, but I do enjoy...
Edgeworth, I remember
What?
your DL6.
Are you making a joke about the most traumatic moment of my life?
Yes.
Right? I don't know how to react to this. Want to make out?
Kiss me, you fool.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, objection. Ah. What are you doing?
I'm singing the. That's our kissing theme song.
There you go. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, we're being rated.
We are being rated. Thank you for the raid, Tracy. How do I... Oh, gosh. How do I turn these subs off for now? Because it's just going to keep going. It's just going to keep happening.
We were role playing making out as Phoenix and Miles, and
Yes, we were
apparently
role-playing.
Phoenix just likes sticking his fingers into
Mood
gaping
Trapper,
wounds.
thank you for the raid as well. You're going to have to excuse me. There's a lot of subs coming in right now, and I'm not sure exactly how to stop the alert. Actually, maybe if I just... I think I know how I can do it.
You guys missed
Nope.
it though. We got a shit ton of subs. We got level 5 hype train, 712%, which means that Phoenix and Miles are making out right now. And unfortunately, because we're
Okay.
not on the screen with either Phoenix or Miles, we cannot see them. So, you know, maybe next time.
I think I
We'll
did
get to
it.
see them kiss. Because when we reach level 50, they kiss.
I'm back.
Welcome
Hello.
back.
They're kissing right now.
They're kissing right now. I was saying, like, it's unfortunate we keep getting them to make out when the judge is like, he's like, oh, yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I'm going to quickly thank Evil Sea Monkeys. A huge thank you to Evil Sea Monkeys for all the subs. To Lightning Cut, to British Nexus, to the Professor Bro, to Lunatic Knight 25, to Scarab Scribbles, to Lady Smail, to Damned Judge, to Eludius, to Cougar P, Menko Monty, Oh Heck It's Jen, Crimson FC UKR, Obscure Shadow, Rocket the Sheba, hey, Martin Zidon, Ribbon Fly, Mighty Mouse 212, Firefan 44, Shadow Gib, Ushime Mamoka, Duskbringer 13, Jake 14567, Mr. Hat 149, Grave Bear, Shane Dragon, Ruroni Geo, Parano, 4 Chains, Miracle Captors 714, Angelicus Aggie, Knows Maybe, Fabius Doom, The Bart Bear, Aquashine 97, Cintar, Jacket is Down, Nifroth, Yuri Rain, Angus 5H, Lilla Cat Rage, Non-Binary Computer Virus, Nightshade Dreams, Chibi Behemoth, Azunio, STT12345, Holy Calamari, Zix Lee Argues, Metal Chameleon, CM Origins, and Xeno Vikings. Holy shit. Thank you for those gift subs. Derek Anthony, thanks for the 1,000
That's
bits. Jova, thanks for the 10 bits. Actual piss breaker. Nice callback to Mark remark there. Thank you, Jova. Ninja Warlord, 420, thanks for the 100 bits. Mr. Destructoid, 100. Oh, that was the emoji. I see. Azunio, thanks for following. Tracy, thank you for the raid. Luna Wisteria, thank you for following. Mood Trapper, thank you for the raid. Sorry I didn't get around to saying thank you until now. I really appreciate it. Nifroth, thank you for gifting a sub to Mood Trapper. And Magnar01, thank you for the hosting. Holy cow. Thank you, guys. So generous. I really appreciate it. Art Lover, welcome. All right.
Art Lover, that's definitely not Phoenix.
It's not Phoenix. Although he loves it. He just criticizes it.
I guess he would call himself Art Lover. He would call himself
yeah.
Art Lover. But every piece of art, he's like, this is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Really appreciate the raid there, Mood Trapper. It's good to see you. And yes, Cypher, this is that little Karibo. All right. Shall we jump back into it?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, Art Lover. It's an inside joke. Like
Sorry,
the first
yeah.
time, in one of the first cases, Phoenix sees a painting and he calls it a mistake, and we're like, wow,
Yeah.
he's got very strong feelings about
He
art.
really didn't
Yeah.
like
he's,
that
he's
art.
like, some would call this modern art. I call it a mistake.
And you said this line?
I did, yes. However, one thing does strike me as unusual.
One thing.
Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal.
Cypher, thanks for the follow. And Derek Anthony, thanks for the bits. I would love to see Phoenix in an art museum. He would never
He's
leave.
just like, it's shit. And moves on to the next one. It's shit.
An art
Moves
lover.
on to the next
Painting
one.
is bad.
It's
This
shit.
painting is bad.
Its condescending
And
aura
next one.
mocks me.
This painting is worse.
Oh my god. I would
He's-
love to see Phoenix's like he just sort of breaks down every piece of art and why it makes him feel like insecure.
He's at the Louvre.
This one mocks me because it reminds me of how little control I have over my life.
The Mona Lisa's smiling because she knows I have to rely on a ghost to solve cases.
She mocks me.
I'm doing all right, Cal. Art Lover, thanks for the follow. Armon, thanks for the bits. Little Karibo, there is only one real Little Karibo. I mean, there's a few Karibos, but there's only one little one. And Armon, thanks for the bits. Real. And you said this line, right, Soupy?
Yes.
Sorry.
Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Yeah. Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
That's a very specific room.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Hey, you're telling me. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference.
Yeah.
Ah.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. God, I would fucking kill to write for this game. Like,
I know,
if
right?
I could somehow, but it's not like anime is one thing because they'll hire writers for each individual show, but like usually with the video games they'll just have staff on all the time. So, and I don't want a normal job.
You want that 9 to 5.
No, I want to lay in bed and work whenever I feel like it.
That's the dream.
That's what I'm doing.
Right, I see. Now, let us move on to the cross-examination.
Mystery Man 2. All right. So we're going to be presenting the lost. Had used his
believe
card.
so, yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Eh.
Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
I'm not good at waiting, sir.
You said you were good at taking orders, and I'm ordering you to wait.
Oh,
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
That makes sense.
When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office.
Thoughts?
Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
Lost item report? It's only half completed.
But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, correct?
I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card.
Order, order. So now, what does this all mean?
It can only mean one thing. It doesn't require much thought, but I understand why you're struggling, Judge.
Are you calling me stupid, Mr. Wright?
The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card.
Order, order, order. Does the prosecution have a response?
Thoughts? I have only one thing to say to the defense.
Huh?
Put it in my butt. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Bravo?
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument.
Thanks for the bits, Wildfire VV. Phoenix, as much as I love you for fighting for my beautiful boy Meekins, think about what this is going to do for your case for Lana. Yeah, that is unfortunate.
But he has to look for the truth.
Yeah.
At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not, excuse me, I needed to take a break. In the evidence room was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes. What's he up to?
Is he flirting?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake.
Yeah.
In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
I mean, they didn't even find a body there, so...
Yeah.
That is... Well, I guess that's right.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
That's just what my sprite does.
And mine too.
This isn't good.
It's great! Well. Seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
And yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
The defense has already done the explaining for me.
Mr. Edgeworth, do the buzz.
The victim, hang on, I'm trying to make a point
I
here.
like him, it adds suspense.
The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
That is really weird that they were like, yes, there was a murder there. We don't really have any body or anything. And the guy seemed to walk away.
Yeah, it's not like they found enough blood for a person to have 100% died there.
That was weird.
Slam. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot.
Right.
Hang on though, Edgy.
At the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Ms. Lana Skye, the defendant!
There weren't any blood there.
The evidence is compelling.
There weren't any blood there.
There weren't any blood there.
Not a single blood.
Not once. Well, there were 3 little bloods. A trustworthy witness. But, you know, we've bled more.
That's true. And not died.
Yeah. Observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
I don't understand.
What about just happened?
Where's the boo coming from?
I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana.
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
Summon the
Just chill
titties.
out. Just chill out. We
Yeah.
don't need to do anything. You know how court goes. You just go with the flow.
Yeah.
One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to do what you've just proven. What?
Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video, which I'm showing again because Meekins needs more trauma, did not
He's like,
show.
oh God,
Did
no!
not show the actual murder.
my head.
Wildfire VB, thanks for the bits. Phoenix, Edgeworth, you are sleeping on the fucking couch tonight, even though it's your house and your bed that I'm sleeping at in the moment.
I don't have a house in LA. Are you kidding me?
However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot.
Objection, Edgeworth. I need a kiss.
Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence
Yeah.
room.
There was. Dots.
The defense
only
demands... Sorry?
If only the police had luminol spray.
Yeah.
The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
If we're to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
This just might be my chance.
Consider.
Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. I call Chuck Norris.
Mr. Wright, do you mean?
Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh? Fine.
Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Yeah, usually you'd have to, clear this ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Did you guys...
Mr. Wright?
Hmm?
What's
Oh, I
that?
was gonna say, did you guys ever see that I just randomly got reminded. Did you guys ever see that fucking Nintendo Power article where, it was 10 top 10 Nintendo couples or whatever, and Phoenix and Miles were one of them?
I did see that.
They're like, we're sure that objections aren't the only thing that they've shared in the
Right?
courtroom.
Vongola Phoenix, I would like to call a Texas Ranger to the stand. I called my Woody to the stand. He says there's a snake in his boot.
Prove it. This person whom you would have testify.
Thanks for the bits, Vampira. They say underneath Chuck Norris's beard isn't a chin, but another fist.
What is their name?
Yeah, what the heck? What?
I fixed it.
Officer
2017, my nuts.
Jake Marshall. Thanks for the bits, Jova. The defense requests that the witness deliver a roundhouse kick to the prosecution.
Why him?
I can't let him know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Yeah, if you don't think Miles and Edgeworth and Phoenix are gay, maybe this isn't the stream.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, I understand if people disagree, but at the same
Sure,
time...
well, I'm just saying, if you gotta call it the stupidest thing ever, then if it
It's
makes you
alright.
mad, it doesn't have to. It's
I mean,
okay.
I feel like they probably just don't see it, which is fine. And I apologize if it's not.
But I'm just
It's
saying,
the
like, we're gonna be
specific
talking
insult.
we
about
will
it
be
a
talking
lot.
about it.
Yeah, like, that's why I'm saying, like, we're
Yeah.
gonna be talking about it, so...
Everyone else pretty unanimously agrees.
Yeah, so these,
Make
maybe,
her
you know,
acquaintance.
respect the people. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony.
Thanks for the sub there, Anarchy Tony, and for 9 months. Congrats. Yes, Your Honor, it was him, that handsome streamer with the glorious facial hair. My goodness, I've been accused.
Fortunately, he works in the police department. Yeah, ultimately, all you need is a sense of humor.
Yeah, pretty much.
We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Rock Ruland, thanks for the bits. I mean, I personally don't think they're gay myself, but I'm still having fun with all of this, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
We're glad you're having fun.
Glad you're having fun.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? Can you feed him lines to say?
We will, Your Honor.
And some grilled cheese.
Court in recess.
Thanks for the bits, Mama. 20 minutes is more than enough for a quickie.
That's like 3 quickies.
That's a long
depending on how
quickie.
quick they are. For some people, that's a longie.
February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What do you mean?
Called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. How does she know, though? She said she doesn't know.
Everybody being ace, I think, is also a perfectly valid interpretation because as we have established, Phoenix and Miles are both emotionally stunted.
And it is called Ace Attorney.
Yes, indeed.
I haven't figured anything out.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything.
Emma?
You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you.
Recall ever asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Why it gotta be so rude? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pal.
Husband! Nuts.
You were interrupting something.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Oh, come back.
On a little sad face.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe. What is it?
You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey, 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 hey!
Jeez.
I didn't see you there, Miss Sky.
Thanks for the bits, Wildfire VV. Ship who you want to ship, just like you can love who you want to love. Love, just don't hurt anyone and don't judge anyone. The world would be better if people just remember to love one another. I do agree.
That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh.
Good gosh.
Oh. You mean this, right?
They were like, this whole section of the game has got to have a million flashes with bloody Meekins and this.
Yeah, they're like, we must auto-proceed. My apologies, detective, due to my present circumstances. I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name?
Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident. I love that it's crazy that Phoenix would actually follow procedure
I
and be
know.
prepared.
Do his job.
But Lana, that's...
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. Can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, was a witness in that case?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case.
I mean, it still works, but I don't think it's right.
Yeah, it sounds weird, but I think it is grammatically correct.
Miss Sky was a witness? Thanks for the bits, Tenma. I wasn't looking at the screen during the ticks sound, and I thought Phoenix was poking Gumshoe a lot. I see.
Pecking. He's like,
Hey!
mwah, 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 mwah. That'd be me.
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murderers.
I may have known a few.
Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Emma, but why? Why is your name in here?
Eh, my name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that...
That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings.
What?
Joe Dark? No, no, Lana!
Joe Dark.
Joe Dirt? It's over with! No!
Emma, wait! She ran away.
The Dave Badman murders. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere.
The Mike Murderer murders.
Maya's off
Sorry,
training bungalow.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
Winky dink.
Knowing you, you might just be able to figure it out.
After 4 cases.
Yeah. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
I better take a good look at this file. I guess I had better do that.
I don't know if you... Oh, yeah, you have it.
Files for the Dark killings. Solved 2 years ago. Nia Knight, thanks for the bits. Hi, Martin, Marin, and Soupy, and everyone. I have to be lurking today, but I hope you're all well and having a great day and a fun stream. Well, thank you, Nia Knight.
Yes.
All right, oh, it's a long one. Okay, incident number SL9, closed. Criminal, Joe Dark. Crime, serial murder. Sentence, death. Victims, Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall, the director of Dog Soldiers? Trial data, head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, witnesses Lana Sky, Emma Sky.
That's right, Jake's brother died in this one.
Investigation Task Force, executive investigators Damon Gant, Lana Sky, head investigator Bruce Goodman, investigators Jake Marshall, Angel Starr. Oh,
Angel Star.
Yep.
interesting.
The
I like
lunch
to
lady?
think- I like to think that maybe Phoenix and Angel talked for like 2 minutes after this case. Like, hey, can I check out that lunchbox? And then she's like, I'm too fucking good for you.
To be continued. Ooh.
Oh,
And
wow,
he's
that was
like-
quick.
Well,
oh,
This
but
is
then
just in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can keep
Right.
going.
Yeah, because it was the 30-minute court recess.
Just in case we don't mess up, I prepared a little gag for the stream that I want to show you guys for when we do mess up and the judge takes one of our strikes. This is what will happen. I wanted to do this just specifically for when we inevitably get things wrong. This is what happens. Oh, I'll wait for the alert to finish there. Jova, thanks for the bits. Lana, Emma, did that case take place as a WWE storyline? All right, here we go. This is what happens. I'm very proud of it. I hope you guys like that. Hey, Bill, welcome home. February 24th, 12:14 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 9. Yo, people saw it. They like it.
Grandpa wants a cookie.
Give me a cookie.
Nom, 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 nom.
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
Emma didn't come back. I'm on my own. I don't have any teenage girls to help me.
I'm fucked.
You are truly alone, Mr. Wright. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Oh, Phoenix Rising missed it, so I'll play it again. Just this once.
We could also fuck up on purpose, too.
That's true. Oh, Armand says, what are you going to do next game when it's a health bar? Crap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, the health bar is green, so maybe that's just a sip of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Man, now I feel bad because I made that for the final case and he's never going to be strikes again?
Wait, no. There's gonna be strikes in the second game, isn't there?
No, it's a health bar.
Really? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they introduced the health bar when they introduced Psyche Locks.
Oh.
I'll have to figure something out. Gregarious Fibula, thank you for following. Wildfire Vivi, oh poop, no teenage girls. I'm going to need the intervention of giant spirit titties. I don't know if we'll get that
I'm
either.
here. I've got the spirit titties.
All right.
Look at them. I already said that.
There he is.
That's me drinking my energy drink. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Tracy, you better get ready. Cross those legs, girl.
Good grief. Me, partner. Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Oh,
God damn it. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed.
why is Edgeworth finishing that?
I think they messed that one up. I don't know.
Yeah, there's been some typos in this one.
Yeah. Oh, I know. You're a patrolman.
As for my
Somebody clipped the
name,
cookie.
as for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. My name is Ooh.
Crazy. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. What?
Oh. But you could make him the Howling Wind. Anyway, now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something.
Derek Anthony, thanks for this. He could be leading the witness by feeding him lines.
Yeah. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct?
According to the papers, partner,
What do you mean?
a desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
It's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In English.
We speak English in Japanifornia.
Yeah.
Day of the crime. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. People like to bone there. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. I was somewhere drinking, that's your excuse.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude.
You can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Oh. Wildfire Vivi, you made Gumshoe a serial killer? You made my husband a serial killer? That sounds interesting.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? These guns right here, bang, bang. I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks inside the evidence room? Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines or with following orders.
Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? Such as
Ooh,
you
what's he
and
talking about?
Phoenix
And I
Wright.
think yours is sitting across from you.
I
That's
don't know
my
what that
name
noise
again.
is.
Thank you for using it.
This one seems like trouble.
Thanks for the bits, Wildfire Vivi. In my defense, it was because he nearly got fired. Because of Phoenix making him look incompetent as his job. He mentally broke. Also, Marshall, stop stealing my sass, bitch.
Shoo.
I like
If
Gumshoe's
only
like,
I were there, I could have saved him.
I almost lost my job. Better kill people.
I've been there.
Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours.
When I got laid off from Square Enix, I was very mad.
My job.
So you serial killed.
All
Push
right.
him!
We should push ya.
Push him over.
Shove him!
How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room?
Get his poncho!
I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape.
If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are erased every 6 hours.
Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life.
Wow, okay.
Deep. Rock Rulin, thanks for the
Maybe-
bits.
So maybe you need therapy.
Yeah.
Go to therapy, Mr. Marshall.
Every verdict should just be get therapy.
Yeah. I sentence
Yeah.
you with therapy.
Thanks for the bits, Rock.
And the death penalty.
Yeah.
What a bunch of suckers.
Death by therapy. Rock Rulin, thanks for the bits. To be fair, Wildfire VV Von Karma did kill for less, you're right. Derek Anthony, thanks for this. I found a great Phoenix Wright Detective Conan crossover picture. Let me have a look at this. Oh, it's a cute Photoshop. Alright. This guy has a flair for the dramatic. I don't think flare is spelled correctly there. He's not literally shooting a flare. But it isn't going
He's
to do
literally
him
shooting a flare right now.
Bang. But it isn't going to do him any good. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room.
Put his band on your channel, Martin.
What is?
Physically.
Oh, right. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in the way. Some might say they screw the rules. No desperados I know join the police force.
Mr. Marshall, on the day of the crime,
Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
there was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Well, look at him. What is that noise? You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a goldmine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism. Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite, incredible. Even I could use a
Wow.
bike.
I can't drive a car though. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Now that he
Know how
mentions
dumb the detectives are.
Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime.
Are you okay? Oh, you're sneezing, I see.
A sneeze.
I just heard heavy
bless
breathing
you.
suddenly.
Sorry.
I was right. Is Gumshoe gonna show up? What's going on?
No. That's the bar. Sounds about right.
Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
He was at the street side saloon. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Wait a what?
I was at Olive Garden, all right.
This is my favorite street side saloon. Olive
I got
Garden.
one of them almond amore milkshakes.
I
got a little bit of
unlimited
liquor.
breadsticks.
Have you had that soup and salad?
Of course.
Better than a can of beans.
The spaghetti western, of
He
course.
doesn't eat salad, remember? No vegetables.
No veggies.
Oh.
He eats breadsticks and breadsticks only.
Breadsticks and a tour of Italy. With all lasagna.
Vampiric
So
chipmunk.
really it's just 3 servings of lasagna.
And at the end, I get myself a little tiramisu.
Vampiric
And I
chip-
choke on them.
Chipmunk, thanks for subscribing for the 4 months with Prime. Spaghetti, spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti.
Knees weak. Not even angel steak lunches can beat that Paula's vongole sepia pasta.
Do you mean to tell us you went to the Olive Garden?
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
Wow, was that him coming out?
Ooh, I
At
think
least
you're
he's
right.
bi. Yeah, I mean, he's got the girlfriend, so.
That's not what I meant.
Wait,
hope
no,
this
they
is-
aren't dating, are they?
No, they're not dating
Yeah.
because Marshall's gay.
The pause. Oh my god.
Are you okay?
No.
I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is usually where Edward says, "Did you not want a raise this year?"
Did you not want to raise this year? Martin's getting jealous of Jake Marshall.
Out of ammo, Officer Marshall. That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. I got spaghetti to eat. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset, even though I don't do machines.
He's got like saddlebags full of cans of SpaghettiOs.
Chef Boyardee. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that.
I still can't get over that. No. Because he's gay.
Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I'd better up the ante. Thanks for the bits, Wildfire VV. No, they don't want to pin you to the crime. You fanboys, girls, theys want to pin you to the wall, Officer Marshall. Alright, so gotta up the ante.
The Bone Orchard, that's what I call
Yeah?
that's what I call where I want to go to with Jake Marshall. Did you dream that you could fly?
Oh wait,
You might visit
fingerprints.
the locker.
Is it not the fingerprint?
What?
Isn't there a
'Cause
fingerprint?
You have the... Go back?
Oh.
Nah.
Probably that one.
The locker? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm...
because he only knows about the security cameras and the card reader.
Right. But didn't we already talk to him about the locker fingerprint thing?
Oh yeah, you're right.
So I think we have to present his
Do we just
fingerprints
press, maybe?
proving that
Oh,
he was
okay.
there.
Oh, okay.
So instead of street-wide salute, street-side salute. The half hand. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
No music.
Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this. Wait a second. There was a victim called Neil Marshall. Is he related to this guy?
Yes.
Oh.
I said he was. Yeah.
They already said that?
Well,
Yes. It's in
Soupy
the,
and I already talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they haven't said it like in the game itself yet because we really haven't like delved that deep into SL9 yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's the next investigation, I imagine.
Yeah.
After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you
That's his
dragged
boyfriend.
you dragged
His
me
husband.
you dragged me down here.
I want to drag you.
Explain yourself, partner.
I am heterosexual.
Sis-
That's not true.
So Straw Hat, thanks for the pits. I don't want to be that guy, but this stream is turning a bit too thirsty. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint.
Homies are dangerous, man.
Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month.
Bonk.
It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
Oh, what? What?
Hmm?
Sorry,
only-
I tuned in at my fingerprints would be in there.
Good grief.
Because he does go in there
Yeah.
and make his rounds, so like,
Yeah.
it could be fingerprints from a previous day.
But because
But
it's
it
the
was
bloody
blood.
fingerprint, yeah.
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 I only wish it were, officer. But
Slam.
you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
I'm
We're
a cowboy.
defense lawyers.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? That was spaghetti sauce. It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Huh?
That's sexist. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall.
About the bloodstained fingerprints?
Was ragu.
Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime.
Bloodstained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it.
His explanation appears valid. Although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. That's why I hate that band.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Yeah, how did he know about the gloves? He wasn't there.
Is it in... I mean, it's hard to tell in the video, I guess.
That's true, yeah. Let's see, I'm gonna press him. How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. Marin?
God, I muted myself. My bad.
I was
There
gonna
a
say, you've been
bloodstain.
very quiet.
Yeah, you were quiet for a while.
There's been no-
I was like, where's the background
No
music?
background music.
I was singing too.
Oh,
There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
that's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place his hand on top of Officer Marshall's head fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion. I can't let him squirm out of this one. I've got to find something decisive to tie Officer Marshall to this crime. All right,
Did we
That
start
wasn't-
pressing from the beginning?
Yeah, let me try.
Okay.
That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
Me.
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see.
Booze. Grape juice.
Grape juice.
Jova, thanks for the bit. Sorry I was on mute is the phrase of the decade, isn't it just?
Yeah. Or at least the phrase of the last 18 months.
Certainly. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. I touch that thing all the time. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never changed. He must have been using the fingerprint lock without even knowing it. Oh, Marshall's fingerprints updated in the court record. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? Partner? This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. Huh.
Getty for the buzzards.
There's only one reality, and that's this. VHS tapes.
They're gonna be around forever.
The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright.
Lightflower13, thank you for the follow.
Consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Okay. VV, thanks for the bits. All that's in there is a heap of broken dreams and 4 bottles of Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. All right.
So that's a new statement, so that's gotta be the one.
What do you mean by
Push
that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner?
That's not all I want
Tie
to tie
you
you
something.
to. Yeah!
Ah. That was Phoenix's reaction.
Was that was his mental
Yes.
thought, but that was verbal.
Yes. If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Did you say that, Soupy?
I did.
Oh,
So
sorry.
did it not pick up?
Nah, sorry.
Yeah.
Places you can't see. The camera is panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, he could leave the room without being caught on tape.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Couldn't they afford like 2 cameras? Just
You think, right?
This
If they
is
can
the
afford
LA
fingerprint
Police
locks.
Department. What do you think they have, $1 billion annually?
Yeah. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
I guess I'm going to show evidence.
Yeah, I think
There's
it's
no
just
evidence.
I think it's the bit of cloth sticking out of his locker.
Okay.
Because Gumshoe said when you investigated it that like someone would have told you
Right.
if you left something hanging out of your locker like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Is it in the beginning of the video? Tread
think so.
carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. And then you know what happens. Grandpa eats your cookies. Somebody
that.
say cookies?
Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall.
Yeah, see, it's not in the very beginning. It's not there.
Oh, yeah.
So he
you're
must
right.
he
Forgot about
stuffs the
that.
coat in the locker after he's
Yeah.
done.
Right, because he's wearing the coat.
Yeah. There goes Meekins. And then he's gone.
Serial
And
murderer.
he walks past, and now it's
And then,
there.
ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom! Bringing our attention back to the security camera. I hope Meekins didn't see that footage again. Is a mistake.
I saw it, sir.
Oh, no.
It hurts just as much.
Is a mistake. I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
I have a headache that won't go away
The wound keeps reopening, sir.
in my heart and my head.
I can't do this.
Yeehaw. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video.
Yours.
See this locker that has a white cloth sticking out? This is the witness's locker.
Why are
Thanks,
you saying
Judge.
that, Judge?
Why
I
are
don't
you
know why I'm
explaining
saying
this?
it.
Suddenly the judge is a genius. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Now that the judge has set up the clip for me.
Thanks, Judge. You're a real bro.
No problem, Mr. Wright. Just doing what I can.
All those cookies have made you smart.
I put smart cookies, smart powder in the cookies.
These are wrinkle-brained cookies. Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. My brain is smooth again.
Just like my head.
What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Korewa Janai. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more?
Imawa Korewa!
Yeah.
Korewa desu!
What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Order? Order? It would seem that's the only...
Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it.
Dots.
Had a little gun sound effect when he pointed.
Yeah.
The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. I forgot
But
about the
who-
fingerprint thing again.
Yeah. I don't know how technology works. I'll ride a horse.
You buy that? Why's everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
Because you are wanted.
This guy isn't just playing dumb. He
He
really
just is dumb.
He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I'll call your bluff.
He's like the grandpa that keeps calling you and is like, I don't know how to send an email.
Yeah.
You know, like Miles is like, I sent you some information over the email or whatever.
E whatchamacallit,
with the
what?
PDF. And he's like, what the hell's a PDF? Pretty
I get
darn
the Facebook.
females.
How,
Yeah.
how do I Adobe Acrobat?
Where do I find an acrobat?
You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. I'm gonna
It's at
guess.
the locker.
Oh, the
Yeah.
locker?
The front of the locker.
Shouldn't even need to prove it because everyone knows.
Yeah,
him.
everyone's staring at him knowing it.
Yeah.
Wildfire Vivi, thanks for the bits. And this objection is for Meekins, you bullying wannabe cowboy. Fingerprint sensor? We talked about this earlier today, like 5 minutes ago.
Like that. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen M Glitch Gaming say anything aside from I want that hot cowboy. And that's just the mood.
The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this? This ain't got nothing to do with spaghetti.
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less?
His jerky.
My jerky. I only got one word for you, partner. No!
Oh. That's his no face.
Order, order, order. Witness, explain yourself.
If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Yeah.
Ole.
Please answer the question.
What?
Why?
What
He's
is
like,
he? What is he now, a bullfighter?
I like how this game has the same thoughts at the same time.
Yeah. That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans.
Have a look at these floor plans.
There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
Oh, then, where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
Where the K is! A clue!
They would actually be the victim.
Oh,
I think, right?
Well,
Because
the
it
music's
was-
gone.
Because I guess we'll see what happens.
Get the cookie ready! Yeah, get the cookie ready!
We'll see.
So Straw Hat, thanks for the bits. You see, Jake, I had a goddamn plan. Officer Marshall was standing right here.
Sir Meekins didn't notice him standing there. That's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory.
Your chamber's empty, partner. Better reload.
Oh,
Cookies!
no!
It's cookie time!
We had a legit reason to use it.
I'm so excited.
Hell, they're ganging up on me.
Perhaps you should think a little more about where Officer Marshall was.
Officer Meekins should have seen him in the evidence room. That means the only place he could have been would be...
Well,
The
then,
V.
let's hear it.
See, I got confused because I was like, well, he must have been the
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's because he was dressed up as Goodman, and Goodman is the victim.
yeah.
Fuck off.
He's not the victim in this situation, really, though.
It's funny, though, because everybody knows the wrong answers.
Yeah.
But they still make you present the right answer.
Yeah, he's like,
even though,
no, he's
by
not.
process of elimination, they know the answer.
Yeah.
Officer
Bunch of
Marshall was
assholes.
standing right here.
There? But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Evil Sea Monkey's question, though, what do you do for multiple lost question marks at the same time? I didn't know you could lose multiple exclamation marks. Can you?
I think you can only lose one at a time, I believe.
That's what I assumed.
I think that's partially why they introduced like the bar
health
system
bar.
in the next games, is because like a small mistake you only lose a little bit, a
Yeah.
big mistake you lose a lot.
Oh.
Well, I'll have to prepare for that, I suppose.
Yep.
FTK Boy, thanks for following. Glitch Gaming, thanks for the 50 bits. Didn't need bits to help set the mood, since we all want that hot cowboy. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in this video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene.
So Straw Hat, thanks for the 10 bits. I don't think Phoenix realizes what he's doing by demonstrating it wasn't Goodman in the evidence room. Yeah,
He has to find the
he
truth.
has to.
We gotta find the Shinjutsu. No, what? Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. That's belief, I think.
May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. Thanks for that, Vivi. No, I think you can lose all of them in one go in extreme circumstances, like end of trial circumstances where you're presenting who the real murderer is. Really? Okay. I don't think I've ever experienced that. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
Room, I asked him to show his card, sir.
Yes? And how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Get it?
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You got quite an imagination, partner. And I say that as a guy dressed up as a cowboy. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective.
Evil Sea Monkeys, there are multiple lose all question marks in the game. Later on, of course, but there are at least 2 that come to mind. I won't say which one's due to spoilers, but at least 1 in the second game and at least 1 in the third game. Oh, we're gonna have to keep that in mind.
But
then.
those aren't exclamation points. Those are the bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
For game 2 and 3.
I'm gonna have to change it in general for that anyway. So I might have to make one where he eats a bit, and then one where he eats the whole thing. Like instead of just nom nom, it could be like
He's drinking that Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he gets a small sip of Mountain Dew, or he gets a big gulp of Mountain Dew.
He's cookies and Mountain Dew. That's what the judge
has. He gets
has.
a little bit of Baja Blast, or he gets absolutely Baja Blasted.
Money Jermaine 01, thanks for following.
Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim.
Sorry.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Hey. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence? Any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
We all have brain
There's lots
farts
of-
during this court
Yeah,
case.
there's lots of awkward cards going on here.
Yeah, this one has some like really long lines.
Wildfire Vivi, thanks for the bits. It's very rare that happens, though. I think during Lotta Hart's testimony, if you don't accept her enlargement, you lose all of them in one go. Oh, wow.
I mean, there are definitely some like points where if you pick the wrong thing, you just like immediately lose.
Mr.
I don't know if
Lucky.
it actually shows like all the exclamation points going away though.
Mr.
I don't think I've tried.
Mr. Lucky, thanks for the 45 bits. I returned to remind Martin and Marin that they're my favorite power couple. Aww.
Aw.
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems
See
you're
mine.
seems you're
Mine.
seems
Lust.
seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
Ah! This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do?
He is the one. Dots. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
Ah, I've been exposed in front of
exposed
Edgeworth.
you. Yes. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
Return to Monkey.
No.
For me,
What?
that would be what Mia used to tell me.
A monkey?
Nick, try thinking outside of the box.
We gave our boyfriend advice. I gave my boyfriend advice.
I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise, but rather that I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Mahi Jock, thank you so much for raiding. I hope you had a good stream.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place?
Do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been.
Thanks for the bits, Wildfire Vivi. See, you need the spiritual titties. Can't do anything without someone's help, can you, righty boy?
Nope.
Having a spiritual experience with Edgeworth's titties.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
This piece of cloth.
Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video's my only shot.
When do we ever have evidence?
Right. Well, take yet another look at the security tape.
Meekin's just trembling in the corner.
After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker.
He's hungry.
Let's see.
There was a sandwich in there, partner.
Maybe because he got blood on him?
Yeah, there will be a point where we'll be able
All
to
right,
see blood
you
on
do
the
see the
jacket.
blood on him, yeah. There it is.
There we go.
Oh.
Squad.
There. Ah.
There we go.
Please no, sir. Not anymore.
Thanks for the bits, Derek Anthony. Time to traumatize Meekins indeed. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room. I don't know what that reason was, yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However,
Jerk.
Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. Thanks for the bits, Tenma. I start to understand why Phoenix likes this job. Why is that?
He likes watching videos.
He likes to watch videos.
A bloody white coat.
You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the
His
coat in your
shoulders are so
locker.
big.
Your big shoulders might be right this time. Not bad, huh, partner?
That's where he keeps his knowledge.
His head small, shoulders big.
Yep. Now then, Officer Marshall.
You know what they say about guys with big shoulders? They've got big hunches.
Are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated ya. Let me try that again.
Ooh,
Looks like I underestimated y'all.
undermisted.
I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth.
Never.
Have I ever been happy to you, Mr.
I mean,
Marshall?
how long have you fucking known me? When have I been happy? Jesus.
2
Seriously?
years ago. If you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we?
So now it's
God.
my fault.
Yeah, now it's my fucking fault? What?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
All right. It seems the time has come.
Wildfire Vivi, thanks for the bits. He's just like Chris Evans. A Dorito shape, big shoulders, tiny waist, fantastic ass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's America's
True.
ass.
Tearly TT says, happy.anim not found.
You should have seen the way I fucking reacted to Chris Evans's what's this shit? What the fuck is it called?
Biceps.
Biflex. Yeah, his bicep.
His biflex. What a horrid bisexual.
What the fuck is a biflex? You horrid bisexual.
I've heard
Flex
of
on.
Bowflex.
But when he's like got the helicopter in his arms and he's like flexing real hard, I'm pretty sure that seat was wet.
That made me think of him like cradling a very small helicopter.
No, he was trying to though.
He
Trying
had
real
it in
hard.
his arms.
He ripped his bicep doing it,
No.
trying to cradle that helicopter.
Jesse ZXZ614, thank you for following.
I had to do it that day, and I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you.
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Large quantities of blood traces were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be?
Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor.
It looked like too much blood for that.
Ba-boom.
Push him!
All right, we're just gonna
Push
pass.
him over!
Every time.
When you say it, you mean
Do you even have to ask, partner?
Do you even
The
lift, bro?
SL9 incident.
Do you even yeehaw, bro?
2 years have passed since that case it's over.
Yep.
It was going to completely end with the transferal that day.
Not if I had anything to do with it. That incident's not over.
Janai.
But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When a case is closed, only the detective who was in charge of it can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what.
Evidence!
The evidence. No matter what the cost, you're a user. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
Mo.
But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him.
Dakara.
Felt real cute.
Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
This jacket looked good on me.
If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere.
Did it to fool the security camera.
And the detective's ID card?
I stole that the morning of the incident.
Well, he filed a lost item report real quick, I guess.
He didn't finish it though.
Oh, true. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report.
It's just like, fuck it. I don't even care.
I'm not
I
even
don't even
gonna
want to look at it. Yeah.
I'm about to die.
It might be on the floor of my car, but I don't give a shit.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. That counts as returning it.
It wasn't even anywhere near the body.
I brushed my hands. I was done.
The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight.
What do you mean, partner?
Well done, idiot. I mean, the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints.
Not with that attitude.
Okay, well normally that locker shouldn't have opened.
So it opened because a rubber glove was stuck in the door by chance? Then Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall.
I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. Ah,
You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off.
let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in here. Yes, thank you. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Sir Meekins certainly isn't a 1 in a million type of person. mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. Ah, there we go. That's me threatening his pay.
When did Edgeworth get so much influence?
Are you jealous, little Wright?
Anyway, he threw himself at me, like so many people do, and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife? I assume it's the one he's carrying, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean this one that I've been showing you for like half the game?
I don't know what to say.
You're only in this case, you cocky jerk.
So, what happened next?
I managed to escape. I knew which areas would be caught on the camera.
So, you did your research beforehand. Unlike me.
Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, according to Keikaku, no footage would have been left.
However, Dakara. Skoshi, you bloodied your coat in the struggle with Officer Meekins.
Thanks for the bits, Wildfire Vivi. Edgeworth, I swear to God, if you touch my Meekins' pay. You're very defensive of Meekins. I will hunt you down and make sure you never get any pleasure from anyone ever again.
Wow!
I don't know if Edgeworth gets pleasure from anyone or anything. Meekins was doing his job. Someone unknown in a restricted section. You questioned them. That's right.
You think at the end
Yes,
of
sir.
every rendezvous, he's just like, well, that was disappointing.
Probably.
Thanks for the bits, Derek. Marshall tried to give Meekins a Melvin-type hug. He did.
Oh.
Jova, thanks for the 100 bits. What courtroom allows someone to carry a knife on them openly while testifying? This courtroom.
And a megaphone in prison.
Yeah, true.
Or a bullhorn.
If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I
See,
opened...
Wildfire's mad that Edgeworth wants to cut Meekins' pay because he's her husband and he needs to provide.
And
Oh.
Meekins is gonna need money for therapy now.
It's true.
Yeah.
I opened my locker and stashed it in there.
What was Officer Meekins doing during that time?
What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
Saying is, on that day,
There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 515.
Thanks for the host there, Undertale. But the blood found at the... Sorry. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place.
What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner.
So you stole the evidence from the locker.
Actually, no, I didn't.
Why not?
When I opened the locker, evidence was already gone.
Oh.
what? Where?
It sounded
Yeah,
like all
oh,
he said
yeah.
was, what? What?
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh. I wonder if I need to mess with my Discord settings.
Yeah, it might
It
be
does
a
cut
matter
out
of
a
like...
lot.
It might be a matter of turning off your auto hiss removal or something like
Yeah,
that, or
might
noise
be.
removal, or the sensitivity on the mic.
Yeah, I'll check that later.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but...
No.
Luma the Phoenix, thank you so much for subscribing for 3 months. But, I mean, hello! Hope you're doing well. Keep on being awesome, man. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. We will keep on being awesome. Where is the evidence? Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Can I wear that cowboy hat?
Fire away, partner. It's a free country.
I like that.
Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
Wildfire Vivi, thanks for the bits. Meekins doesn't need to provide for me. Me and my IRL husband would provide for him. Whilst his hand heals, he'll adopt the sweet, over-enthusiastic... will adopt the sweet, over-enthusiastic boy.
Beautiful family.
Nice.
Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Rock Rulin, thanks for the 10 bits there. If by the end of this Phoenix doesn't tell Marshall he's yeed his last haw, I'm gonna be pissed. As will we.
But things are not rootin' and tootin'. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences.
Points. Weights.
Sorry, I have ADHD. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
Not that salary cuts are either Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution.
We'll take out a full-page ad calling you a poop face.
Like I said, this isn't
In the
your
newspaper.
case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I like his spot.
Derek Anthony, thanks for the bits. Is Edgeworth on our side now? I believe he's on the side of getting to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at the beginning of this case, or at the beginning of the trial, he like basically was like, Phoenix, look me in the eyeballs. We're gonna fucking figure this out.
Phoenix, look me in the
together."
eyeballs. It's a level 50 hype train.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. And then he was like, we're gonna fucking get down to the booty of this. I mean, the bottom of this. Together. And that's what we're doing. So he's
Yep.
on the side of truth. We're on the side of truth. We got a lot in common, baby.
Yeah.
It's just going, going, going.
I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why?
Because your brother.
But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
I just love this. Edgeworth Ewants to the truth. Joe Dark was convicted for those crimes. One thing I can say for sure, he deserved his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
Did you say it?
I did.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Dots.
Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had
You
a
just show him
feeling
the
we'd
case files, I guess.
Right. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files. Speaking of related, I do know why.
Your bro. Your Oni-chan. No.
Onisa.
Oni-san.
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident.
Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner.
Too much grape juice.
I have the SL9 incident file here.
Well, you smell like fucking whiskey.
The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago,
Ninenmai.
he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
Oh, he was a prosecutor.
What? Prosecutor.
He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did.
That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
Well, what's his relation to you? I can't figure these things out on my own.
He was my brother.
My bro.
He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, chief detective at the time.
Put your hat back on. You look not as good.
The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer.
Are you sure you're not just attracted to cowboy hats?
Yeah, it's
I
part of
mean,
it.
I can't argue it.
When Marin played Fallout 3, they got to, what's the name of the town? The one that blows up? Megaton? Yeah, and the sheriff shows up and is like, you better not make any trouble here. Marin sees his cowboy hat and decides he needs to die because they wanted the cowboy hat.
And his jacket.
And his jacket.
And then the whole town tried to kill me, and they did.
Justice was served.
Rock Cruelin, thanks for the bits. I think I get that trophy now. It's a broken shield, or rather a broken defense. And prosecutors always go up against defense attorneys. I hadn't even thought about it. And Straw Hat says, there's actually a very well-done fan-made series of sprites for Neil Marshall. Check it out, third from the top. Oh, I don't know who that is. Oh, wow. Yeah, those are cool. Oh, wow. The animations are brilliant. Of course, because he's on the prosecutor's side as well. Those are really cool. Sorry.
But yeah, it's like the court records forums used to have like sprite contests.
Oh, that's
like
awesome.
Custom ones every year.
Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That's all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least,
Kind of looks like Phoenix.
according to the public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight.
He was unmurderable.
And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions.
There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Gods.
Thanks for starting. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day of the SL9 case. Well, that was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence.
Tearly TT, I just figured out that bottoms of French people are higher than English bottoms. Because in French we say, découvrir la derrière des choses, which is like find out the back of things, but derrière, back means butt. I don't quite understand the logic, but I like talking about butts, so.
But it technically includes the back.
Oh, I see, I
in
see.
Le Francais.
Ah.
So much ass mythology, they said.
Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. We now know the truth! No murder took place at the police department that day.
Murot Fay says, the irony is that you can get the sheriff in Megaton killed just by doing one of the quests and get his outfit and still get the free house.
Wow.
Ah,
Marin
I
kind of
mean-
jumped the gun
you're
there.
gonna have to play the game
Yeah.
again.
Well, I already did do that, to be fair.
Oh. Ah,
You just saw Amanda decide you wanted to kill him for his outfit immediately.
Well, no, you can, like, basically nuke the entire town. There's a bomb in town that you can activate. and
well, I don't
then-
think that's how you get the free house there.
No. Well,
Well, you blew it up, didn't you?
Yeah.
I suppose. I don't know. I guess I never cared to
There
go
is
back.
there is a quest where you can kill that guy specifically.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, the things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. And yes, the desire for the hat got my better judgment at exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office. This fake murder was going on at the police department.
Chance? It's gotta be more than just that.
No one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime. That means the murder in the prosecutor's parking lot was the real one.
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime.
I like that it took this much effort to establish that, yes, The murder where there was a body was the real murder,
Yeah.
and the murder where there wasn't a body didn't happen.
An entire court day dedicated to not the murder that we're focusing on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, only 3 court days. Anyway, Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky.
But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today.
But
There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Simultaneous.
It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. I think he tops.
Yes.
Same, you know?
You know, well, all the mysteries, I guess now all the mysteries at the police department have been uncovered. No contradictions remain.
okay.
Very dramatic. Sorry, I just had to get that out. The murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. There were no errors in the testimony of the witness, Angel Star.
That's the part
not
where she
true.
lied.
Yeah. If you have a response, make it 1 word or less. And it better be yes. Perfect. Oh, I rest my case.
He rests his case. What?
What does that mean?
No contradictions remain.
It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. Remain.
There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
99999.
Oh.
Oh.
Your Honor, wait!
Emma!
The defense has an objection. A scientific objection.
Walt Vivi, thanks for the bits. Phoenix, nice to see you're as lazy in the courtroom as you are in bed, Miles.
Holy shit, have they been slept together?
Right?
Miles
At
is like,
all?
how did you know?
I mean,
What do you mean, right?
that all?
Mr. Wright. Are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor.
Naru-daru.
In a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please hear me out.
I'm on the floor somewhere. Don't mind me.
I'm stepping on
I got
you.
trampled.
Mr. Edgeworth, please.
Dots. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
Fey Wild Wolf, thank you for
Generous.
following.
Sun Poon.
What is this?
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky Sisters were in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day.
Woof.
Officer Marshall. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint.
Says Straw Hat, wait a second, did I hear someone say 3 minutes? It's a wrestling
That's
gag.
a quickie.
That is a quickie.
You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again.
Just now?
I'm real fast.
Well, Cruel, and thanks for the bits. Marshall, I know she's standing on you, but you don't have to start acting like a dog. Oh, so you did find something.
No.
Thanks for the bits, Duskbringer. Are we talking normal minutes or freezer minutes? I think you know. Feywild Wolf, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it.
A pleasure
Somebody
to
got
make
the
your
remain.
acquaintance.
Huh?
Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator, after all. Thoughts?
Is that all? I don't care.
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
Fuck yeah. It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now.
I'm kidding!
What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing?
Who is she, Gumshoe?
This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction.
Oh, the only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright.
Well,
Come here, bring
VV.
those grasping hands over here.
Bring those big hands over here.
Yes, your giant yellow hands.
Vivi, thanks for the bits. If ever I've needed the guidance of ghost titties, it's right now.
Guidance of ghost titties.
You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans.
At those ... floor plans.
Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing.
Look at these floor plans missing. You mean something hasn't been drawn on there?
Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use.
It is. Which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans?
Blue Badger?
I think so.
I'm back. What about that piece of plywood?
He just shoved Emma away.
The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force.
How dare you
Defender of
disrespect
truth,
it?
guardian of proof.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Stop rhyming.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here.
So,
So watch what happens when we put him in.
Yes.
This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime.
Is Tracy still...
Well,
Well, what?
that's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here,
Suck up.
it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. See you in 402. Thanks for the bits. I'm so enjoying this. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
what?
Tracy is there.
Means. Just exactly what does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
How about Jake Marshall? Tracy has to be here.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma?
Yeah, on that afternoon. Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying.
One moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. Not this time.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible...
Previously, might have let it slide.
But it's the only possible explanation. On February 23rd... 21st?
The thirst is real.
On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice.
What? How?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. Oh, so Goodman was killed there. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape.
There's a lot of blood.
Wildfire VV, thanks for the bits. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's not a Pokemon, I promise you. And Jova, thanks for the 20 bits. 20 bits for each thirst. 20 thirsts.
What do you think Phoenix Wright's reaction to Pokemon would be?
I think
This
he would
is-
hate it.
Shit.
He would hate it. Sorry, how do you know all of these fucking names? I don't know who that is.
It had to have been...
I feel like Phoenix sometimes is just like a no fun allowed kind of guy.
Yeah.
Steel Samurai, what the hell? Lame.
Disgusting.
It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
He deny. Slam, that's ridiculous. I refute you. I refute you. You
The
are
mur-
refuted.
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
Surmise, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was disguised as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room.
The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well. Then tell him. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
some
sorry.
lag.
Are you
I don't know
okay?
why, but every so often, like, I just get like a few seconds of lag.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
When did this first incident occur? Proof must be presented.
Glitch Gaming, thank you. The first murder happened at high noon. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
Grandpa.
The 77777.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the
Oh no, isn't
perpetrator
that Miles's though?
would have to have entered the room.
The top one isn't.
No, the 777 one we don't know.
Oh.
In order to do so, an ID card is required.
An ID card. Oh, the ID card record.
Gloxy, thanks for following. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at...
See here. 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done?
I never figured you had the nerve, boy.
Husband. Put off the act, witness. Mozzarella. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out that it couldn't have been me.
Nope, I ain't getting it.
Bitch, I was getting awarded.
Stand either.
It's clear from the luminol test that the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer.
I would have just had. Hang on.
You got
I would
this.
have had just. Thank you. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. You see these big, strong, wide shoulders? It's all fake. It's just padding. I'm actually quite frail. I have a bone disease.
He has bonitis.
Bonitis.
That would mean
It means I have bones.
the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 777-7777.
Talk about a
777777777.
talk about a lucky number.
Did you say that?
Can you hear me okay?
Oh,
It
you
just-
you
It
weren't there
just
at
like
all.
lagged. It just lagged for like a solid 10 seconds.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on today. I wonder if my internet's just slow.
Sorry about that,
San
Soupy.
Francisco.
But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Officer Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777.
Mr. Ed, please look into this ASAP.
Sap.
Find out whose ID number is 7777777. 7.
That's 17 or one. You missed one, or you got one too many there, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present.
We'll get a bit
At
tongue-tied.
last, at least, at present.
What?
That's my book title.
Nani?
Coming out to stores at last, at
Explain
least.
yourself, son.
I'm trying to. The number 7777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer.
That's Gant?
Yeah, probably. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identities.
But that's ridiculous. Just how...
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright.
Shut the fuck up.
There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official charge is filed against an executive is accepted.
Blah.
An official charge.
You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
He's
Who's
been
doing any
talking
of
to
that?
Cop-Up Queen too much.
I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall, and in other things.
And I go to Pride every year.
Just stand
I
there
would
looking
appreciate.
moody.
I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
No, not to you. To her. The defendant sitting over there.
Oh, okay.
Your own little executive.
What the fuck?
Lana?
What the fuck? Don't be stupid. She's being charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 7777777.
Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
An incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2
What?
In that trial 2 years ago, Did you really only use legitimate evidence? Also, Edgeworth, you're not the chief prosecutor.
Oh, well, I guess not yet. Yeah. Sorry.
Not yet.
Jumping the gun there, boy.
I'm very smug about that. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor?
Fine, Mr. Edgeworth.
He is fine, isn't he? I mean, 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time,
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law.
Yeah.
At least, I did.
Ah,
Lana,
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Oh my god.
Defendant, just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor, not you, Edgeworth.
Oh, sorry.
During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why don't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures.
Wildfire VB, thanks for the bits. Oh, no, don't do this to Edgeworth, you bitch. And Armon, thank you for the 30 bits. Bullshit, you have every advantage, Lana.
That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
Oh, shit.
Corruption.
but Lana!
Even if it involved forging evidence.
What the fuck?
Very anime.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
No.
Wow.
Order!
Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Tenma, thanks for the bits. Does that in this court? Everybody does that in this court. Why does it surprise them? I guess to be so bold-faced about it.
Yeah, I think the previous evidence wasn't just like straight up fabricated.
Yeah.
I think
right.
they just kind of, interpreted anything the way they wanted and just threw away what wasn't convenient for them.
Yeah. There's
Prosecutors
twisting
have
things,
a
and then there's just
habit.
straight up creating evidence,
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, we're going to call it there. We've been going for over 3 hours, almost 3.5 hours, and wow, that was a doozy. Bit of a long court case, considering we really just sort of eliminated the potential for one of the murders. Although we also presented the fact that a real murder the murder of Bruce Goodman probably took place there beforehand, and we just didn't see it. We didn't have a witness to it, but we've established that it probably took place
and we
there.
bought a little time.
We bought a little time, yeah. But wow, bit of a meaty one.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm happy to
But
call it
now-
there.
Our boyfriend's even more emotionally shattered.
Yeah,
He's in a bit of a state.
it's a good term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's having a rough few months, and
But-
it's
Yeah.
kind of all
Yeah.
our fault.
It's been a rough 15 years.
It's
Yeah.
been a rough life.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was doing okay there until we showed up, and then we kind of kicked him in the shins,
A
and
little
then
bit.
he got framed for murder, and then,
Yeah.
We got to break him down to
No.
build him back up.
well, yeah, build him back up so that he's worthy of us.
Exactly.
All right. That was
That's not fucked up at all.
that was a fun
Exactly.
stream, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining. We'll be back again Wednesday for the third and final investigation section of the first game of Phoenix Wright, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, Waishni, thank you so much for the subscription for 26 months in a row. The streak lives on. Thank you for all the wonderful content and keep being yourself, man. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, Waishni. I really appreciate it. All right. So, yeah, we're going to come back on Wednesday where we will proceed with this case. and I'm going to be back tomorrow with more Duel Links. But obviously, we're going to be ending the stream for today now. Was there anything, Marin, you wanted to say before we took off?
Well, I started watching Super Cub, which is an anime about middle school girls riding scooters. So, if you want to watch that, it's pretty cute. Anyway,
You're not
Good
related
luck.
to it, though. You're watching it.
no, I'm just watching it.
All right.
That's what I'm doing. See you next week.
And Soupy, was there anything you wanted to say before we sign off?
Thanks for hanging out. I had a lot of fun today.
Yeah, you go get some
Yeah.
sleep, Soupy, if you're running on 4 hours. You take a nap or something.
I'm probably going to take a nap
We'll
too.
see.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. We're going to raid. Let's see. Who can we raid? Any suggestions for raiding in the chat, or even you guys, if you follow anybody on Twitch that's currently... Oh, Michelle Nuts is streaming. Maybe I'll raid Michelle Nuts. Yeah, I think I'll go with Michelle Nuts. That'll be fun. All right.
Tenma asked if I followed the Fan Fest, and I did follow most of it.
Hey. All right, we're going to raid Michelle Nuts. They're playing, it looks like maybe Mario Kart or something. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'll see you tomorrow with more Duel Links. And remember to come back Wednesday for more Phoenix Wright. Until then,
Yeah.
we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you again. All right, raid.